Boy,
I don't get it.
I
StreamYard
don't.
is a
Uh, I don't even. I mean, unless if unless we could try it on, unless we could try it on mine, maybe.
unless we could try it on mine, maybe. Yo, this is the last time I'm using StreamYard. You know what? You people want to know why I don't go live as much. This is why, because StreamYard is just crap. Like they have like one of the reviews ever.
And you being too nice a bit, calling it crap.
Their shit is just garbage. I can't use StreamYard anymore. I gotta tell Reg like yo, we gotta use something else because yeah, I can't use this shit. Like I spent a whole hour trying to get on here. Like fix your fucking software, StreamYard.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm
like
saying?
now,
For
yeah,
as much times as they email us about new shit that they're adding, what the fuck are they adding? I'm like, bro, what are y'all adding? Because your software is fucking garbage.
they added more misery. That's what it is. And why am I? And another thing, why am I echoing? Like what? Like I can literally hear myself echo.
You know what I'm saying? What are they adding?
Like nothing. They just added more misery.
Their
That they don't want niggas on here.
their software is trash, b. Like I can't.
They just added more because it's like
Why
oh
the
my
fuck is
god,
my
like I
phone
can
going
hear
off like this, yo?
I can hear myself echo like 5 seconds later after the fact that I'm talking. So
Yeah,
it's like I'm saying shit twice right now. I'm like, what is this? What the crap is this?
yeah,
That's why sometimes I go
bro.
on
Their software is trash. We will
that's
never
why
get shit done.
yeah, that's why sometimes I go on I just use Facebook Live because not Facebook Live, but YouTube Live.
Right.
But sometimes
I
YouTube
will
Live is
never get
better.
shit done on here using StreamYard. Because StreamYard is just crap. It be breaking up. As many times when we're doing a live stream and we're breaking up for no damn reason. I'm like, bro, like, what is up with this software? What did they add in that's new to this software? And is it still the same shit that they doing?
Their software is just as crappy as our president right now. Like for real. Like oh my god.
I can't use Stream. This is the last time I'm using StreamYard ever. I'm telling Reg this. Like, we're not going live tomorrow unless we use another software. That's how it gotta be. Cause I'm tired of using StreamYard.
Yeah. Cause it's like now whenever you
Like
do
for real,
use
we got to use Zoom or whatever you we used before. Something.
and every single
What up,
time
Eric? What's good, yo?
every single time I go on
You know
when
what
I
I'm
use
saying?
StreamYard to go
Huh?
can you hear me? I'm telling you, bro, it's aliens is coming. Aliens is it's around here somewhere, man. That's what I feel like. Like we sound like freaking like robots and shit like that. Rayshawn's in the building. Oh shit, what's good, bro? Yeah, sorry I couldn't make that live stream. I was on vacation. By the time I got back, it would have been like late as hell too, and then plus I was like so drained too. It was hot as hell in Myrtle Beach. So, oh snap! Look at this alien house. Oh, aliens. Our aliens,
AI
yeah.
alien.
AI aliens, yeah. All any alien. I feel like aliens exist. Eric in the house, what's good? I saw like
What is
maybe
that? What is
five,
all that?
10 minutes of your live stream. Maybe 5, 10 minutes of your live stream.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I know I'm not using StreamYard no more. I'm not going
Oh,
on live streams tomorrow. If Reggie's using that, y'all ain't gonna see me.
oh.
We got to use something new because I'm tired of StreamYard. It's
What
the
y'all?
same
What
shit. They keep emailing
what
us
y'all?
about they upgrading. What the fuck are they upgrading? It's the same bullshit software. What are they
Right.
upgrading?
Upgrade nothing. They just want you to get excited. Oh, we upgraded something. What y'all upgrade? Cause if I
So
can hear
what?
my
What are they upgrading? It's the same shit.
420 HP, that's what they are.
420 HP. That's what they are.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. For as much emails that they send us every week about upgrading, what are they upgrading on this terrible software, yo? I have no problems with using Zooms. When I'm on Zoom, everything runs smoothly. When you get on StreamYard, it's this bullshit.
You got Zoom?
You got Zoom?
I think I
Yeah,
got Zoom.
that's
I
that's
think I
what
got.
that's what we use. Like we use that on with 80s and 90s. Like everything runs smoothly on here. When you come on StreamYard, it's this bullshit.
Man,
Man.
Eric says he hears noise. I don't hear nothing. He says he's hearing
no,
background noise.
No,
I'm not hearing nothing.
I can hit. The only thing I can hear
the only thing
myself
I can
echo.
hear
That's just
myself
it for
echo.
me.
That's just it for me.
I don't even hear the echo.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you see what I'm talking about? Like even the sound on here is terrible.
Sound is trash.
Sound
Unbelievable.
is trash.
This is the last time I'm using StreamYard on here. Y'all want to know why I don't go as live as much? This is why. Because the software is crap. It's crappy software, yo.
And then whenever me and Reg be going on there, be going on there, it
Holy
be half the
shit.
time.
And then
It's like
whenever me and Reg
I
be
can't
going on there, be going on
hear.
there, it be half the
Sometimes
time. It's like
it be freezing up. I'm like, what the hell?
hear sometimes it.
Yo, it's really bad, yo. I would love for them to. They got rid of Hangouts, yo. Hangouts was the best shit ever, and they got rid of that shit.
Why?
Why?
Who knows? Who knows?
Boy.
I really can't tell you.
All right, hang on a second.
Hang on
I'm
a
gonna
second.
try to get rid of this echoing because this is about to be.
Echoing because it's
Man,
about to
that
be.
duck on that
Man,
bullshit.
that duck
I'm
on that
sorry. I
bullshit.
blame the
I'm
duck.
sorry. I
Now
blame the
what?
duck.
What the
Now
duck?
what
So
the
first
duck?
off,
So
what is
first
the
off,
Bro,
duck
what is the
representing
duck
on
representing
StreamYard?
on
What does that have to
StreamYard?
do
What
with
does that have to
anything?
do with anything?
I don't know. That's their logo. They need to kill the duck.
Man, then they need to
Then
change
they need to change a
new logo
new
there. They
logo
ain't
there.
that
Hey,
duck and
that
shit.
duck
Unless
and
you hunting
shit.
or
Unless
eating a
you
duck
hunting
for
or eating a
Thanksgiving,
duck for
shit, it shouldn't
Thanksgiving,
even be up
shit, it
there.
shouldn't even be up there.
But yeah,
Terrible, man.
But yeah,
I'm gonna get in and
I'm
get
gonna get
out real
in and
quick.
get
I'm gonna try to
out
get
real
rid of this
All right,
quick. I'm gonna try to
echo, and I'll be right
get rid of
back.
this
all right.
echo.
Yeah, this is bad, yo. This is the last time I'm using StreamYard. I can't use this shit no more. The sound is off, the reception is off, everything. All right, I'll send a link. Terrible, man. This is it. This is why I don't go live as much as I would like because the software is just bad. They are bad, and they stay sending us emails about new shit that they upgraded with the software. And I'm not seeing it. All right, yeah,
Yo,
Mike is back.
can you hear me?
Yep.
I
I
still
don't.
hear
You hear
the.
the echo?
Yep, I still hear the damn
I don't know
echo.
what the hell it is. Yeah. Is it me? Maybe it's but I don't hear the echo on my end though.
Yeah, I hear it on mine, and like I it came back like 5 million times.
I'm gonna use Zoom from now on because Zoom I have no problems on Zoom.
Yeah.
What's good, Eric?
Oh man.
Yo, can you hear us? Eric, are you muted? I heard
I
something just now.
yeah, I can hear a little bit.
I I hear his volume is low though.
Yeah.
Your volume is low. Nah, you still low.
And I can hear him echoing too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Y'all can hear me now.
I can't hear.
Now,
Yeah. Okay, you good. Rayshawn, what's
Hello.
good?
Good. Hey, hey, it works.
oh
I can't
snap,
hear Rayshawn
Rayshawn in
either.
the building. Oh shit.
Hey, it works.
Okay, what's up? I hear him now.
Good.
I don't know what's up with it. Your stream was just bad though.
I'm telling you, it's that duck. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
I
we
can
need to
still
be.
hear
We need
background noise when like everybody be talking.
same.
Rayshawn, do you hear anything?
Uh, no, I don't.
You don't hear no background noise? I don't hear it. I don't know. It's it's weird, bro. The alternative is to use Zoom. I never had no issues on Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom.
Zoom is really good. You know what I'm saying? We used something else. Reg was using Emux or something. Something you used like months ago.
Ebucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
But
ebucks.
even that was giving us issues. I'm like, oh god, now we gotta go back to StreamYard.
It was something else I used too. I forget what it was.
And then we had what's the other one? There was another one we used to use like years ago, like 5, 6 years. Some of those softwares are gone now though. Like they got rid of Hangouts. You know, Google Meet.
They
That's more for like. It's not even for like live streams. You still hear the echo? Echo, Eric.
No, I don't hear nothing.
Okay, so we good, right?
You're right.
Yeah, we got to use something else because we're never gonna be able to do the live streams we want using StreamYard the whole time.
And they want motherfuckers to pay $20 a month for this shit. You must be out your goddamn mind.
and
Yeah, you
$20 for
bugging.
what? To
I'm
what?
not doing
Watch
For
the
that.
what?
same, looking at the same duck on the top right corner. No thanks.
They should have
Oh
called themselves
man.
Butt Yard.
Yo.
Yo, this shit is terrible, man. We ain't gonna never be able to do the video. Cause niggas sounded like Starscream and shit from Transformers.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I was
Streamlabs.
got this.
I don't think we used Streamlabs before.
No, Streamlabs. I've seen people use it before.
Streamlabs. Is it good?
If it worked for them, then I guess it will work for us.
Right. I'm gonna have to try that Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause when everybody talk, it's like
Is
a
it from the same
echo with
company?
like the voices and shit.
I don't hear it though. Are you hearing it? Y'all hearing the echo?
I can
I'm
hear when Mike and Rayshawn talk, cause like when they talk and then when they stop, I can still hear it.
Okay. I heard it yesterday. I heard it, but I heard that a little bit on Reggie's live stream, and then it left.
telling you, man. It's some and there's some some alien shit going on. That's that Area 51 shit. I'm telling you. Shit. Keep your eye on the sky.
Oh man.
Not really.
I'm
I
looking
think
at
AI
the
aliens.
sky right now.
Yeah, I can hear it in the background, like when Mike talk.
We gonna
I
try to
can
do the
hear
live.
him in the background.
We gonna try to do the live stream. I don't know how far we gonna go, but what like we talking about like the best and worst summer films of this year. Like, did y'all see any summer films that came out?
I'm just here for entertainment purposes, cause StreamYard fucking everything up.
Yeah,
Ray,
me too.
Rayshawn, you saw
The
any summer films?
um, not even summer film. Not even summer films.
No, nothing that came out this
No,
year.
no, because
So so
the only film I saw was the Mario
So
movie.
it's just down to me and Mike. So we. Mhm.
so try. I just wanna ask a
Okay.
question. So are you talking about summer films or are
Uh,
you talking about movies so far this year? Or both?
no, just the summer films that came out, like Barbie, Oppenheimer, Fast and Furious 10, those films.
Oh boy.
No, Barbie. Not into that.
Right. I
They
didn't
still
watch it. I'm
making
just
Fast
saying,
and
like,
Furious movies.
yeah, and it
Yes,
made a lot of
sir.
money. It made a lot of money.
I'm good on that. Whatever happened to these niggas like racing cars? None of these niggas going into space racing aliens and shit. Man, man.
Well, you got Fast and Furious 10. Fast and Furious 10 came out. That was a good film to me. It's on my list.
Oh,
You know.
it's on my list too, but it's yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay. You want to do like the worst and films that wasn't that great first?
Oh please, yes.
I will.
Oh, he knew himself.
Unmute yourself.
Oh, me?
No, try.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The only movie I saw in 2023 was the Mario movie. Not, and that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to elimination, yeah, that's the company. Like, they don't make the best movies, but they make the most enjoyable movies. Like, have you seen the film Sing 2?
Yes.
And what is your opinion on it?
No, you said Sing too.
Yeah, Sing 2.
No, I never seen it yet.
Yeah, that film was good.
I'm gonna have to take a look at it.
Yeah, like the premise. the premise might not be as captivating, but what makes it i- enjoyable is just the characters.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Try. Can you hear us?
Right.
Right. Try. Can you hear?
Yeah. I don't know why I was muted. I didn't mute myself. See, this bullshit with this software.
Okay. See, you want to know what's funny?
Okay. See, you want to know
Is
what's
that me
funny?
and
Uh huh.
Rayshawn was having a
Is that me and
conversation,
Rayshawn
and
was
when
having a
you were
conversation,
muted,
and when you were
we didn't
muted,
Mm.
hear like echo.
we didn't hear like echo.
That was
Do you hear the echo
weird.
now?
That was weird.
Yes, I hear it.
we hear the echo
Yes,
now.
I hear it.
We hear the echo now.
What the fuck? Maybe it's me. I might have to leave and then come back on my own live stream.
Well, we could try that.
Hold
Well,
on.
we could
I'm. All
try that.
right. I'm gonna try that. I'll be back. I'm gonna try that.
All right, I'll keep it. I'll keep the fort
All
down.
right, I'll keep the fort down.
All right.
Yeah. So scene two, I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, very good. Like it's a very good film. Like if you love anything like music related, then that's a very good film.
Yeah. Um.
And in one of your live streams when you went to Best Buy, I just saw the bad guys that the DVD
Oh yeah.
of
Did
the
you?
bad guys
I
that
almost
right
put
there,
that too.
yeah, that right there, like if you want to see like a different DreamWorks film like that's not Shrek or Madagascar, like that film to me is different because it borrows heavily from um Quentin Tarantino films.
Quentin Tarantino films. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Try. Can you hear us?
Y'all still hear it? Y'all still hear it?
No, not
no,
now.
no.
Okay. Okay.
What the hell?
I
Wow.
don't know. I don't even see Eric no more. He was on here and then he left.
The aliens, bro.
Crazy.
They took it. The aliens took it.
Now I was saying with the you saw the Flash, Mike, or you didn't watch it?
Yeah, I did.
I was
Yeah,
saying with the Flash, I think Warner Brothers was meddling with that film, being that it was already finished like a whole year,
yeah.
and they waited because of the stuff Ezra Miller was, he got in trouble. To me, I don't think they should have waited a year to release it because I feel like, you know whether it was, if it was a bad film, it still would have been bad, even with him being in trouble. But I thought it was okay. I just felt like they needed another villain besides General Zod. I don't feel like Zod should have been the main villain, and they have to go back in time just to battle him. And then you
Hmm.
have like you introduce a Supergirl as a different Supergirl, and she's Latin, and nobody knows shit about her other than
Mm,
she's Superman's cousin. She wasn't a part of the other previous films, the ones that Zack Snyder did, Justice League and Batman versus Superman and all that. They just introduced her in this film. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Mike. I think people wanted to see it because of Michael Keaton. I wanted to see it too because of Michael Keaton because that's the Batman I grew up on. But I feel
Right.
like they needed more. It wasn't just enough having Keaton and Supergirl on screen with the Flash. I felt like they needed more. Something else was missing. But it wasn't. I don't think it was a bad film. I just felt like they needed another villain. They needed something else to do besides going back in time and facing, General Zod and Barry went back in time to save his mom. I just felt like it could have been more to that story, and I felt like Warner Brothers was interfering in that film.
So you put this as like the in between.
That's like mid. It was mid for me. This is we're doing like the mid and worst list, and then we're gonna do like the ones to me, the ones that to us that was like the best films of the summer.
So the Flash is like between. It's like on your mid list.
It's yeah, because I don't think it was one of the best. I felt like, but I don't think it was one of the worst films. I just felt like it was mid, but it was mid because of what I think of this. It could have been more story, and I felt like Warner Brothers was meddling in the film before it got released.
Okay. Um. I'm gonna have to go with Indiana Jones as my mid card. Um,
Oh, now that I want to actually see that tonight on streaming because it's on streaming now. Was it that bad?
okay. Um, well, I had issues with it.
Mm-hmm.
I do. How do I do this by without giving it away? I don't want to give much away, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, they could have did better with it. Honestly,
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not knocking Harrison Ford because of his age. He's like what 90 years old and still
Yeah.
doing like movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. But however, as far as like story, as far as like bringing back characters, let's just say this: it was one character
Mm-hmm.
in particular that came back and was underused, and you didn't see this character throughout the film. That's all I'm gonna say for that. I thought it could have
Oh,
used a
okay.
little bit more action. I'm a big action freak when it comes to movies like Lethal Weapon and um,
Mm-hmm.
Fast and Furious and Indiana Jones. But Indiana Jones one, the first one is always gonna be the best out of all of them. Now I will rewatch two and three,
Right.
but
Mm-hmm.
other than that though, this one it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that great either. Like it wasn't the worst movie, but it was in some parts were enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like there was some pretty decent action scenes. Let's just
Right.
say that. So I liked it to a degree, but then I just have mixed feelings for it. But you may like it though. You may think different of it than I would.
The the two things I heard about the movie that people didn't like was Harrison Ford looked too old, and
Right?
the CGI when they try to make him look young, it didn't look official.
No, it didn't.
Mm.
No, that was another
And you can
problem.
tell in the trailer, even in the trailer, they had him like this younger self in the trailer. I'm like, what the hell are they doing that he has to look younger?
Right, right. It was just all just CGI. You could just tell. You could just tell it just had CGI written all over it, and it's just
Right.
all of it. And I hate when movies they use too much. It's just too much CGI.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's nothing wrong with the little CGI here and there, but I like, and this is why movies from the '70s, '80s,
Hmm.
they were, action movies. I love because it was
Right.
more authentic.
It
They
was
didn't
it was
rely
less
on.
less
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
effects.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly. It wasn't all CGI. So
Right. Now,
Keep it.
and that's also the problem that a lot of people said about the Flash. But when he was going through the time, different time periods, they used too
yeah.
much CGI for that.
Oh, don't even get me started with the Flash. Oh,
Keep it to
Yeah.
minimum.
I love the first two Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temples of Doom. Those two are my
right,
favorites. The
right.
Last Crusade was good with Sean Connery, rest in peace. That was a good one.
Yep.
I didn't like the one, the crystal, was a crystal skull with
Shia
Shia
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. Yeah, I didn't really care for that one.
I didn't
And
care for
that's
that
at
one.
a time when on the internet the rumor was he was going to take over that role and play young Indiana Jones, and it never happened. Well, thank God they didn't do that.
I don't think Shia LaBeouf. I think he would have been wrong for that role
Yeah,
if he
I
took it
think so.
over. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I got White Man Can't Jump, the reboot,
Oh,
and I didn't expect. I wasn't even planning on seeing this, but I was like, I watched it with some family. They wanted to see it, and the thing I hate about it was they tried to recreate every memorable scene from the original. Like they actually went to like the original places from the original movie and tried to recreate that scene. Like the part where they go to like where Woody and Wesley go to like the basketball court in the hood, and it's like by the train
yes,
station. Like they actually
yes,
recreated that scene and went back to that irregular that original place to recreate that
yes.
that memorable scene. That's the main thing I didn't like about the movie
Yeah.
because I felt like it could have been just a good basketball film without it
Right.
having the White Man Can't Jump title attached to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And surprisingly, I thought Jack Harlow was the comedic relief in that film. I thought he was funny. I
He
really did. And
looked
I'm not a Jack Harlow fan. I don't listen to him, but I thought he was hilarious in that movie.
he looked good in that.
Yeah. He was funny. I don't know who else was up for the role to play the main characters, but I thought Jack Harlow was hilarious in the film. But I
Yeah.
did not like the fact that they had to like actually try to go back and recreate. You can't do that if you're doing a reboot.
No.
Like from a classic film like that. I don't
No.
think they need to try to recreate every memorable scene from the original, and that's what they tried to do, and that's why it got bad reviews. But I thought the one shining part of the film was Jack Harlow. I thought he was hilarious in the film.
And you want to know what's funny?
Mhm.
Everybody thinks um the because Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, they played a couple more movies together.
Right,
But
Money
a
Shot.
lot of a lot of people think that was their first collaboration, which
Mm.
it was not. It was
Right,
actually a movie called Wildcats back in 1986 with Goldie Hawn, which that
I
was their
remember that.
very, very first collaboration. I thought both of them was really good. I think that was
Right.
one. To me, that was one of the best movies of the '80s. Very underrated.
I
But
haven't seen Wildcats since Wildcats came out when I was like a little boy. It's been years since I saw that.
yeah, Wildcats. Depending on what month, I might have been either just born or wasn't even thought of yet. I was born in
Right.
'86. But
Yeah, I remember that.
when I watched that movie for the first time,
Mm.
I'm like, it's okay. But then when I watched it more recent, I'm like, oh my God, this is actually very good. I love this
Yeah.
movie. But
Hmm.
once I saw Wesley and Woody Harrelson, and then mind you, Woody Harrelson at that particular time, he was an unknown, and he was on Cheers too. So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like, and then both Wesley and Woody Harrelson, they were both
Yeah.
unknowns.
Funny. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? But then once White Man Can't Jump, I'm like, oh my God, okay. I don't
Yeah.
think I feel like if you're gonna remake a movie with White Man Can't Jump,
Mm.
at least keep it somewhat original. Don't try
Right.
too hard to like recreate memorable scenes. Like come up
Exactly.
with memorable scenes of your own.
Facts.
So
Yeah. I didn't. That's the main thing I didn't care about. Like I said, like if it wasn't called White Man Can't Jump and it was like its own basketball film, it would have been a decent basketball film.
right,
But because it was a reboot and they tried to like they went to the actual places like the first movie did and tried to recreate the scenes. I'm like,
hmm
what the hell is this? Like what this is terrible. You know what I'm saying?
right. Oh, I
But Jack Harlow was funny. I thought he was funny in the film. You know what I'm saying? He should stick to acting because his raps are not good. But that's like one of my worst of the summer. Transformers, Rise of the Beast. This now when before this came out, I kept hearing that it's gonna be like based on the Beast Wars series, the animated
mhm.
series that came on in the early 2000s, which was a great series,
Yeah,
and I didn't feel like it was anything like some of the Autobots was like that, but I don't feel like the story in itself was like that. It's almost like they combined Beast Wars with the animated Transformers movie from like what was that
right,
87 that came out, and
right.
they had Unicron as the main villain, and the thing is they teased Unicron in the post credit scene from was it the last night or whatever.
Yeah,
They showed like in the post credit scene, you seen that and you waited till the end. They showed
yep,
Unicron in the post credit scene. The,
yep.
the thing I hated about this was that Unicron stayed in his robot form for the whole film. He never transformed.
Uh huh.
And the thing is, that Unicron was in the animated cartoon movie in '87. He
Yeah,
transformed and he talked and everything. He didn't do that in this film.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he stayed in robot form, and he was like eating planets, and he was about to eat planet Earth, and they had to save the planet and everything. I hated that shit. I'm like, yo, if you're gonna have Unicron in the film, have
Hmm.
him transform and talk because he can speak, and they
Right.
didn't have him do that in this film.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like, they have a new cast with Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fish, what's her name, Fishback or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're both good actors. She's a great actress. I saw her in the Swarm series on Amazon. That was a good series.
Hmm.
Anthony Ramos is a good actor. You know, I loved him in the Heights. That's a great movie too. But I just felt like the movie was all over the place. I didn't like the story. Unicron, they had to use Unicron better than how they use them. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, it's like, why they keep making these Transformer films?
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it made a shitload of money, but it's like you got to give us great. Like, yo, I read an article, right, and they talked about when Michael Bay was doing all the Transformer films and shit. Every storyline was having Optimus Prime die. You notice
Right.
that every
Yeah.
every storyline in those films, either he died in the beginning or he died midway, and the usual ending would be, oh, let's get Optimus, let's revive him and get him alive again so that we can go after Megatron and Decepticons, and
Yeah.
then everything is all happy and jolly. Every storyline was like that with all of those Transformer films, because they talked about, when the animated movie came out in '87, and
Yeah.
they killed them off, and all the kids were upset, and they had their mothers write letters to Hasbro and all that. They, you know what I'm saying? So they were forced to bring Optimus back in the cartoon series because all the kids were like upset, and they were traumatized by that. That's the same thing they did in the movies. Every
Right.
time they killed Optimus off, they were forced to bring him back to life,
Yeah.
and it got boring. Like, I understand if you do that once, and that's cool. But if you do it for like what they got, like what, 6 films, you can't keep doing that in all Transformer films. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Because
It's like at some point when Optimus died, guess what? They moved on. We made Rodimus Prime became the new leader. He became Hot Rod. He had the Matrix or whatever, and he became their new leader. The Ultra Magnus was a leader at one point. Like, they had
yeah.
to move on from Optimus in the storyline. It
Right.
can't all be about Optimus dies from Megatron, and then they gotta bring him back to life, and then we defeat the Decepticons, and you know everybody lives happily ever after. It got boring.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how it was for every movie, and every movie made $1 billion. That's why they keep doing this shit. The same thing.
Right.
That gave me um Dragon Ball Z vibes when they keep killing off his characters and they revive them back.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was like that in the cartoon. It was always like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, let you have so many characters to choose from in the universe, and we stay focused on one character, which is what DC is doing with Batman and Superman. They stay focused on two characters and
Mm.
forget about everybody else. And
Right.
then when they finally make movies for the other characters, it's, oh, well, we're gonna reboot this whole universe because the Aquaman movie didn't make a lot of money, or the Flash was terrible. Like, come on. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I put Transformers. I'm not gonna lie. I the standouts in Transformers to me were Anthony Ramos. I loved him in that.
Yes. He's a great actor. But he wasn't the problem for me. It was more about the storyline and how they use Unicron in that in the
It was
story.
probably the first movie I've seen him in. I know he was in The Heights.
Yes, you
I
gotta
know
watch
that.
that. That was a good film.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard very good things about it.
That was
Um,
good.
I'm gonna get a lot of flack, but Pete Davidson, his voiceover, I thought was solid in that movie. I thought he was funny in that one.
Who did he play? Pete Davidson.
He played oh man, who did he play? I forgot. I forgot the name.
Okay.
I forgot the name, but he was one of the main Transformers. He was one of them. But and of course I like Peter Cullen as
Yeah. Optimus.
Optimus Prime. I
Yeah.
love Peter Cullen. I love him.
Yeah. He's great.
Now, I thought it was better than the ones with Mark Wahlberg, in my
Mm-hmm.
honest opinion.
Right.
Would I put this as my, my top movies of the year? No, I would not. Would I own it? Yes, I would. I would still own it for its cheesy. It was just too dopey. It was just too loud. It was just too cheesy. That's what I loved about it. And
Mm-hmm.
I loved about the first one too. But once I heard everything you said, I do agree 110% on everything you're saying. So, with that being said, this one is also I I will put this as it's a good movie, but I will put it in like my maybe top 100 or bottom 100 movies. I don't know.
All
I don't
time.
know. No, I wouldn't even
Like,
call it
okay,
all
if
time.
we had to rank, the Transformer films, where is this being ranked in the of all the Transformer films? Is it like
So
top three
tr-
or bottom?
I don't even. You know what? I don't even have a top three. I'll put you this way. I would rank. I would rank the first one, Bumblebee. I know that's a spinoff. I know that.
That was great. Yeah.
That was great. I will
Hmm.
put this as third next to Bumblebee.
Wow.
The
So
other
that's
ones
high. So that's top three with the first one and
top
Bumblebee.
three. I will put the other ones was trash. It was just too dopey. It was just too stupid. It was just I would put this is my top three like Transformer movies. But the all the other ones, I don't like all the other ones. I hated the sequels with Shia LaBeouf. I hated the ones with Mark Wahlberg. That was horrible. He was
Yeah.
terrible.
I love the first one because it was great to see like one of my childhood
Yes.
like toy lines and
Yes.
cartoons come to life on
Yes.
screen. So the
Yeah.
first one will always be my favorite, and then
Yeah.
Bumblebee to me was great because Bumblebee, other than Optimus and Megatron, he is
Right.
a fan favorite. Like people love
Fan
Bumblebee,
favorite. Right.
and it was like that in the cartoon as well. Like he was like the one that you would root for. You know what I'm saying? He
Very
was,
underrated. Very underrated Transformer.
yeah, definitely. He was small, but he get the job done.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? He
Exactly.
didn't have like a lot of guns on his shoulder like Megatron and Starscream and them, but he got the job done. He was reliable and loyal to the Autobots, and
Very,
I
very.
think that's why people love him. And that was a great film. I love that spin-off, and it didn't have a
Yes.
lot of Transformers in it. And John Cena, he was okay. I still don't think he's a great actor. I love John Cena as a wrestler, but I don't think he's a great actor. But
John
He,
Cena.
mm,
yeah.
Mm,
yeah,
He,
he was in there.
he's get. You know what? He's getting better. He's
He's
getting
getting better.
better at some movies. If you give him a good script, he's getting there. Like it was a movie that I saw him in with Jackie Chan. I thought he was pretty solid in
I haven't
that.
seen that. That's on Netflix.
Yep, that was
I got to
good.
see
That
that.
was pretty. That was pretty good actually. But all them earlier films like the Marine and 12 Rounds, one
I didn't
noted,
like it. I didn't like
one
those.
noted.
You
I liked the Marine. I didn't
like
12
that?
Rounds. I didn't like,
Yeah, I
and
didn't
that
like
was
that.
and that was directed by Rennie Harlan, who did what was that Die
Fr-
Hard Part Two.
And okay. Die Hard Part 2, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing that on bootleg. I was like, "Yo, I'm glad I didn't go see this shit."
Yeah, I didn't go see
Right?
it either.
The Peacemaker, he's decent in that, but I think he has a supporting cast around him,
Right,
and that's the reason why that show is good. It's not mainly because of him,
right.
but as a straight up actor, like I still think he got a long way to go.
Now, let me ask you this: Who do
Mm.
okay? What do you think of Dave Batista as an actor?
He's actually decent. I seen films from him. Like there was a movie called Bushwick. You ever seen that?
Yes,
He
Brittany
was good in
Snow.
that film.
Yes,
Yeah, he was
yes,
good
he
in that.
was.
And
Yes,
that didn't get a lot of promotion.
right.
Um, Guardians of the Galaxy, he was good in that.
Hmm.
People love him in that film, and
Yes,
I loved him in Army of the Dead. I thought that was like one of his best films.
he was solid.
Yeah, that was a great. That was a now that's another sequel I'm waiting for. Like Zack Snyder is a great director, and he's building that universe. And I like the spinoff they did with the other film from that's connected. And I liked him in Army of the Dead. He was that he they casted the right person for that one.
Right.
I got a movie called The Black Demon. It's a shark film. I remember trying to watch this on streaming and I fell asleep. It was that boring. I did not like it. They need to stop doing these shark films. The best shark film ever is Jaws. They will always be the best
Thank
shark film.
you.
John.
Enough with these shark films. The Meg and Black Demon and Megalodon. Enough with these shark films. Leave it alone. The best shark film ever will be
Is
Jaws.
Jaws.
Nobody's
Steven
gonna beat that.
Spielberg.
Nobody's gonna beat that. I remember the year that The Shallows came out. Remember that film? And how they were hyping that shit up. And I saw a lot of people buy that on Blu-ray and 4K. The Shallows was okay. But the thing I didn't like about that movie was at the end when Homegirl was like swimming away from the shark. And I'm like, in real life, you could never do that shit. You would never be able to swim away from a shark.
You'd be killed. You'd be done.
You'd be dead. Unless you like some Olympic swimmer. A regular person could not do what she did at the end of that film. That was like, they really overhyped that shit. It was exaggerated, an exaggerated ending, but yeah, I don't like short films. Like, leave it alone. Jaws is the best. That it'll always be like that. But so I tried to watch The Black Demon and I fell asleep. It wasn't, you know.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go with. You're probably gonna hate me for this one. Mission Impossible.
I have not seen that yet. Was it good?
I was disappointed.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you
this
why.
is part one though. They got a part two coming up for this.
They do. Now, I have not seen all the Mission Impossible films. I haven't seen the first one, honestly. I'm not gonna hold you.
Right.
I've seen most of the sequels, and the sequels just getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
Like a wick.
Definitely.
Now, this one. All I see was talk, punch. Talk, punch. Tom Cruise doing his own stunts.
Right.
Now, it didn't do as great at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. Tom Cruise, at the age, whether he's in his 50s or 60s, whatever the hell age he is, the fact that he's doing his own stunts is incredible to me.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Now, I'm not shitting on Tom Cruise because a lot of people shit on Tom Cruise because of his beliefs or whatever you want to call it. But, you know, Tom Cruise, I think of him as more of a dramatic actor, like The Outsiders.
Dramatic actor?
Not only dramatic, but when I think of Tom Cruise, I think of Outsiders. I think of Eyes Wide Shut. I think of
but he was young in The Outsiders. He was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. But however, even Color of Money. You know, his strongest point is dramatics. Action wise, he does a great action film. You know, like even Jack Reacher, I'll give him props for that.
That was good.
One of his underrated performances, Collateral. I think he should have got an Oscar nomination too.
Good. He was a badass, as a villain in the film. That was
his very first bad guy role.
I enjoyed that.
Jamie Foxx, don't get me wrong, he got the Oscar nomination. Mm-hmm. He deserved it. I will say that. However, in this Mission Impossible, it was just so all over the place. It was too long. Ving Rhames, he was just awful with the one-noted performance. Are you kidding me? And I've seen Ving Rhames in better performances than that. You know, Baby Boy. Even the other Mission Impossibles. But it was just so boring. I call myself dozing off a little bit. I hope part 2 is better, but I
Mm.
think I would rate this as, in my honest opinion, maybe I don't want to say it's the worst movie, but it was, to me it was pretty bad. Other people may enjoy it, but it just, to me, lacked action. And I
Right.
love a good act, when I love a good action scene, to me is less talking, more fight scenes, um more shooting,
Right.
explosions. I want all that, you know what I mean? I want an actual story and what the story means behind it. To me it just mumbo jumbled all over the place. So therefore it's just between bad and like one of what's, it's in between right now
It's in
for
between.
me.
Okay. So I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
I
just,
gotta watch that one. So I gotta watch that one because
yeah,
like the
you,
last one was good, and all the
yeah,
other ones like you mentioned, like the sequels were great. I think that's a franchise also like Fast and Furious that it keeps getting better. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Um, I think Tom Cruise is a great actor. He's one of my favorites. You know, Risky Business and
Yep.
Top Gun 1, Top Gun 2 from last year with the best film to me. Last year was that one.
I still need to watch that.
That was great. That was a great film. Great sequel. I'm glad that they waited many years to do it and they didn't rush it out. And that was a good, had a good cast with him. You know, he's done a lot of great from The Edge of Tomorrow. To me, is underrated.
I
Love that
still need
film.
to. I still need to watch that. They doing a
That was good.
sequel to that.
Now they're doing a sequel for that. They're supposed to be doing a sequel
Yeah.
for that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta watch it because I like how you felt about dozing off to that. That's how I felt with Black Demon. Like I was like, yo, this movie sucked. It's boring. The acting is bad. The CGI was bad as well. So
Now let me ask you this:
mm,
and you're a Tom Cruise fan.
yeah,
I'm a Tom Cruise fan too. Okay,
mm.
so what do you think one of his best performances, and what do you think he should have? What movie you think he should have won an Oscar at least? Because he should be an
Mm,
Oscar winner right now, in my honest opinion.
right. Um, damn, there's so many to choose from. Like his worst performance, he got a few. See, I loved him in Top Gun 1 and 2. I think that's like some of
Ooh.
his best.
Mm.
Um, The Last Samurai, that was a good one.
Underrated, yes.
Underrated, yeah, that was a good film. I think he probably should have got an Oscar for that one. You
Yes.
know, A Few Good Men, that was a good, great film.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought he was nominated. He was nominated for that one, or was that
Uh,
Jack Nicholson?
I think that was Jack Nicholson. He
Okay,
went. I don't think he was nominated.
yeah, that was a good film. He has a couple he could have been nominated for. See, I was watching it, I saw, but I think the media made too much of the nudity in it. Oh, Nicole Kidman is naked in it. It was all this like sex and all that, and I think they made too much out of like the sex scenes and all that stuff.
And then at the time they were together though. At the time,
Yeah, they were married, right?
So
yeah.
what's the
You know,
point?
it's Hollywood. They still feel like a movie that I watched that I actually like, No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. They made a big thing
Oh,
about
oh,
they
you
made a
like
they
that
made a
one?
big they made a big issue about her being naked on the beach.
Oh, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like she talked about it in the interview, like how she's comfortable with her body now, and they kept asking about. I'm like, bro, like this has been going on forever. Like why are they making an issue about she naked on the
so
beach? So what?
They're
so
too damn soft.
right. So let me get this straight. So Maggie Gyllenhaal could masturbate twice in fucking
Hmm.
Secretary, and Jennifer Jason
Hmm.
Leigh could masturbate once in
Right,
fucking Single
right.
White Female, or
Hmm.
even Aubrey Plaza could hump a fucking pillow in the
Hmm.
to do list, but they making a big
Yeah.
deal about No Hard
They
Feelings.
they made a big thing about her being naked on the beach, and
Oh,
and she didn't use a body double. That was her body, and
oh,
well, she has a hairy bush. So what? Like this is
so
real life. Who
how
cares?
And Harry Bush is they've been around how long now?
Exactly. You know what I'm
How
saying?
long
So
now?
they like I like was reading the interview and they making a whole big thing about the beach scene. I'm like, it's a beach, and because she actually, if you didn't see the movie, like there's a part on the she had like a nude scene on the beach where she like fighting other
She
people on
was
the
fighting
beach.
other girls. That
Yeah,
was the
and I'm
best
like,
part of the movie.
you know what I'm saying? Like we've seen Basic Instinct. It was nothing but nudity in that film, and people getting killed. You know what I'm saying? So this was light compared to that film. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
and
crazy.
that was I thought that was actually a good film. I thought that was a funny
Very.
movie. No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. That was a good film.
Jennifer Lawrence showing her comedic side. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. She can do it. Tom Cruise. Now he has some bad films. I didn't like Oblivion. I thought the one thing I liked about that film was like it was futuristic, and I like futuristic films like that, sci-fi films, and with the vehicles and the costumes. But that was not a good film. I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
I really didn't understand what was going on in that film with the story.
Hmm.
Um, the film he did with Cameron Diaz, Night and Day, I didn't like that film either.
It was to me. It was watchable.
It was watchable,
To
but
me,
it wasn't like one of his best though. You know what I'm
no,
saying? And
no.
even like his last couple of films, like excluding Mission Impossible, I haven't enjoyed. Like the Mummy reboot, I didn't like that at all.
Oh,
I thought that was bad.
I didn't
I
see
thought he
it.
was the wrong choice for that reboot.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing about that film reminded me of the Mummy. It didn't feel like a Mummy film.
I'm sorry, but Brenda Fraser, I think he's the perfect choice.
Yes, yes. If they ever do, I don't even want them to reboot it. Just do another sequel and bring back Brendan Fraser.
It is funny too because they are talking about he is open to do a sequel.
They should. They should.
He's open. He's open to do.
I love the Brendan Fraser Mummy films. I thought they were hilarious. You had your action, you had your comedy, your little drama. It was great. I loved it.
And Brenda Fraser, at the time, he was very underrated too. Before he won his
Yeah.
Oscar,
Yes.
you
But
know.
I mean, before the Mummy films, I remember him from Encino Man. Him and Pauly Shore.
Oh yes,
You know what I'm
very
saying?
good, very good
Wait,
movie.
I was like 10, 11 years old when that came out. I remember Encino Man when he came out with that, and that was a funny film. Back when Pauly Shore was like the
Oh,
it man on MTV, he was like
God.
all over the place.
And you know what? I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan of Pauly Shore, but he
Mhm.
was quite good. He was good in that. Like,
Yeah,
but really, it was Brendan Fraser, I think, who stole it. And
yeah,
I don't care for movies like that, but
mhm.
that one, I'm like, oh my god, like this is
Yeah,
actually good.
yeah. I thought the Mummy films were great, and then they
Yeah.
just decided to reboot it, and I didn't like Tom Cruise in that. I just think he was the
No,
wrong choice. So he hasn't, other than Mission Impossible films, I haven't liked nothing else from him in a long time.
another movie he did back in the '80s, I didn't think was that great. Was
Mm.
Cocktail.
I remember seeing, was that the one with Paul Newman?
No, that was you thinking of The Color of
Color
Money.
Money. Okay. Yeah, that's the one
He
he played
was,
the bartender.
yeah, he played a
I saw
boss.
that. I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, that was okay. I don't think it's a classic film.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, even Tom Cruise, even like his early works, like a
Mm,
movie called Losing It. That was a comedy. That was pretty good.
mm,
He had a one note, like a one scene only in a movie called Ill Is Love. That was
mm.
his first film debut. If
Right.
it's a blink of an eye, you have to pay close attention to it. This was
Right.
before The Outsiders,
Okay.
and he was and you could just tell. You could just tell that okay, he's going to be the next big star.
Right.
And then another movie he did was he got his first Oscar nomination. Well, I think yeah, his first Oscar or his
Mm.
only Oscar nomination was Born on the 4th of July.
That was good. That
That
was a good
was
film.
really good. That
I
was
enjoyed that one. Yeah, that was
yeah.
a good film. Days of Thunder. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that.
Yeah. Rock of Ages. That one was actually good. Like the rock and roll musical. I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed that one. That
Yeah.
one was actually good.
Yeah.
you know, and he wasn't the main star for Rocket Ages either.
Right.
You know, Dartmouth said Taps. I don't remember him in Taps.
He was in Taps. He was him and Sean Penn.
Okay.
He Taps. I don't remember.
What was that about? I don't think I've seen Taps. What was
It
that
was
about?
like it was like a army movie or something like that.
Okay.
I think it was PG, rated PG.
See, army movies, I don't watch a lot of them. I've seen some, like Full Metal Jacket and Platoon.
That was good. That
Yeah,
both of them.
those were the
Both
classics.
of them.
And I saw those
Both of
like
them.
when I was young. I saw those, but I'm not really a fan of like too many army films. Like
I'm
some of them I watch,
Yeah,
but
I'm
not all
not
of them.
either.
Yeah, like the Brad Pitt one, Fury. I enjoyed that one. That was
N-
good.
Now, army films like Full Metal Jacket,
Hmm.
the standout to me was what is his name? Lee Ramey or some shit.
Sergeant.
Yes,
Yeah, he was good.
he should have won an Oscar.
Yeah,
And another actor who should have won an Oscar too is his name is Vincent D'Onofrio.
yeah.
He wasn't in it all the way, but he was very good in that movie.
Hmm.
And then Platoon, you had
Platoon. Charlie Sheen.
yeah, Charlie Sheen, he was
Hmm.
very excellent. That was
Yeah,
before he was making all those bad movies in the 90s.
facts, facts.
Um Tom Berenger,
Hmm.
excellent. William Dafoe, which I think is very again, and I'm gonna emphasize this once again, one of the most underrated actors of all time. I think he should have won an Oscar.
Yeah.
That should have been his first.
Hmm.
And I put him up there with actors like Daniel Day Lewis and um, I put him up there like Robert De Niro's,
Right.
and because he's just very versatile.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, Tom Cruise has done classics. He got his mid, he got his trash.
facts.
So I'm gonna definitely check out Mission Impossible. What is number
Yeah,
7? We at the episode, so I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
check it out. Hopefully, it's good. I don't know.
yeah.
You now that a horror film. Now there's a horror film that came out, and I believe it was June or July, called Cobweb. Have you seen it?
It's funny because one of my coworkers, she was
Mhm.
talking about that movie.
Now, when I watched the trailer is very misleading because it's one of those movies where you watch the trailer and you think it's going to be what it is in the trailer, and it's not. When you
Uh,
watch the film, it's a different story being told that's not in the trailer. Like
uh,
the trailer, they didn't show everything, and I
right,
can understand why.
right,
But the thing about it was, I felt like they didn't execute the storyline like good. It could have been better
right,
because there's in when you watch the movie, there's you think it's gonna be like that type of film, and then they trick you and it goes into a different direction. But they didn't execute it the way that they could have. Because I
right.
felt like there was two different storylines going on,
Hmm.
and I don't want to spoil it for nobody that hasn't seen it. But when you watch the film, if you haven't seen it, come back and tell me what you thought, because I felt like the first half of the film, the story is different, and then when you get to like the last 20 minutes, it's a different movie than what it was in the beginning.
So it's like two movies in one.
It's two storylines going on, but
Oh God.
they didn't. But the reason I can understand why they didn't show why they didn't show why they couldn't show in the trailer, because that would have totally give away the whole movie. But I felt like the storyline in the last part of the movie should have been the whole movie,
Oh
because it was
wow.
very confusing, especially when you like there's like a boy and his parents, and his mom is like really mean to him, and I still don't understand why, because um, it's almost like in the trailer it's like you think the parents are possessed, but they're not.
Oh,
But then in the last 20 minutes of the film, it doesn't make sense. Like what happens in the last 20 minutes doesn't it doesn't go with why the parents were the way they was, especially
Right.
to the kid. So I didn't understand why the parents were the way that they was, and I
Mhm.
still need an explanation on that because it's like I'm thinking maybe the parents are like aliens or they're possessed. They didn't explain none of that.
Wow.
When you see the last 20 minutes of the film, something else totally happens that doesn't explain why the parents were the way they was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like two different storylines going on in that film, and I'm like, that movie was not executed well.
Another movie to me wasn't really executed well. Uh, I'm gonna have to go with the Boogeyman. That's one of the worst on my list.
Oh my god! And that's actually on my best list. I actually like that
Oh,
film.
oh man.
Why didn't you like it?
I, I'm gonna be honest with you. One, it wasn't scary to me. Two, it was just I'm like, am I watching a boogeyman or am I watching parts of the thing? Because it's like to me, I don't know. Like I didn't care for it. Like it was just like it to me. It was just too predictable. It was just I'm like it wasn't, and I'm not gonna go as far as like being grotesque.
Mhm.
And another mistake was it was PG-13, so it's
Right.
like if it had an R-rated like tendencies to it, it probably would have been better. But it was just I'm like, yeah, no. I just to me, I predicted almost every scene that was coming. You know what I mean? And it was
Right.
just like, okay, what am I? What is this I'm watching right now?
See, I like the storyline because I felt like there was a deeper story with, the family, the two daughters and the father. They lost their
Yeah,
mom, and they're still, you can tell they're still grieving. The dad is grieving, but he doesn't want to talk about it. The older daughter, she's dealing with her own stuff at school and
yeah,
and trying to be the woman of the household now that our mom is dead.
right,
And then you got the little girl. The little girl was like going through, she was suffering from, night terrors and seeing the boogeyman in her closet and nobody
yeah.
believing her. I like the story.
Hmm.
The one issue I have with the movie was that they didn't show enough of the boogeyman. He was like lurking in the shadows.
That was another. That was my main issue.
And you didn't really get to see him until, like, of course, the end of the film, which is what they do that a lot in a lot of horror films.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You see like they shadow throughout the film. You don't really get to see them till like the last 10, 15 minutes of the film.
yeah,
But I thought it was, again, it wasn't yeah, that you're probably right. It was PG-13. It wasn't scary. It didn't have gore like that. But I feel like when you do horror films like that where it tells us a good story, you're not really
mhm,
gonna have a lot of gore in it though.
right,
You know what I'm saying? It's mostly like I mean, with the exception of, like, in the Conjuring, that whole universe, and
yeah,
Insidious. But I feel like the horror films that have like all the blood and gore, those are the ones that don't have the good stories.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And then like the ones that have the good stories, it's less blood and gore because it's more story driven and character driven.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was a good. I mean, like, yo, this is not the first time they did a boogeyman film. They've done a lot of them.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Speaking of that, there
Mm,
like there's a boogeyman movie that came out in the 80s
right.
called the Boogeyman.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
they've done it through the 90s and 2000s. They wasn't good, but I feel like this is the one boogeyman like iteration that I actually enjoyed though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Insidious 5, another horror film that came out this summer, The Red Door. I didn't like this one. And this is supposed to be like the last one in the franchise.
Hmm.
And if to me, now this one focused again more on story and less gore. It was more about the son from the original one. He's grown up. He's going to college. Him and his dad not getting along. They on the outs, and his roommate is a black female. So he has a black woman that's his roommate. And I felt like there was like a love interest there that they didn't really expand upon in that film. but we didn't get a lot of gore. It wasn't a lot of gore. It wasn't a lot of jump scares like in the previous Insidious films. I was highly disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, I hope it's not the last one. I think that would be a terrible way for them to go out and with this film. I think The Last Key was better than this one. I think Part 4 was better than this.
Mm.
Did you get a chance to see it or no?
No, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I was highly disappointed. I didn't like it at all. You know what I mean? Like I said, the other previous films were great. Last Key was one of my favorites. That was really scary. I enjoyed that one. This one I didn't care for. It was more about the relationship between the son and his dad. And all the crap that family has been through. Even with the old lady that what's her name, Lynn
Yeah.
Shay or whatever. She made an appearance at the end of the film. You know what I'm saying? But I just was like, I don't. It wasn't scary. It was nothing scary about it. It was no jump scares like the past ones.
Speaking of jump scares and stuff, The Exorcist on 4K is coming out this Tuesday.
Yes, I want to get that. I need that for my
It
collection.
has a 4K slipcover and 4K steelbook.
That looks great.
I
By
heard
far
the
one of the
transfer
scariest
was
films ever
good.
made.
Facts.
I heard
Like,
Go ahead.
scary and at times funny.
You thought it was funny?
Well, unintentionally funny in some parts.
Yo, I know. Like one part that made me laugh was when Reagan gets possessed, and like she's already possessed, and like the mother's in the room, and like Reagan is like stabbing herself with the cross, and she's like
Yeah,
cursing her
that was
mother. You
like that
cracked
was
in that part was funny. Other than that,
messed up.
every other part was hella scary to me.
Yeah,
Lick me.
it was.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that part was like
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
it
I
was
do
so
want.
horrifying. Yet at the same time, you can't help but laugh at it.
Yeah.
That's like the humor within the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to get that since Warner Brothers is celebrating their 100th anniversary.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they have a steelbook option, and then they have a slipcover option.
Definitely want to get that. That's my favorite horror from all time. That's to me the scariest film ever.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to rewatch that. I want to get it too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's see. What do I got? Another? Oh, The Flash. That's one of my worst movies of this year. First off, the actor who played the Flash, he was horrible in that movie. He was terrible.
The one that plays Supergirl.
Her too.
Yeah.
But the Flash, the actor who played the Flash.
Oh, Ezra Miller.
Who?
Ezra Miller.
Oh, whatever the name may be, horrible, just horrible all around. Michael.
So you wasn't a fan of him like in Justice League or Batman?
No.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm. Michael Keaton, he wasn't given much to do, in my honest opinion. Like, I love Michael Keaton in his own standalone Batman films.
Right.
He was given a lot to do, but in this one, he just looks bored. You could tell. He just looks bored, and he just did it for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Old.
Yes,
he
old.
did. That's what it was.
He looks like he's 90 years old.
And again, this movie, just like Batman vs Superman, was heavily Batman Gotham City theme. It didn't feel like a Flash film. I think that's another reason why a lot of people didn't care for it. It was more about seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman than anything else.
If you're gonna do a movie with Michael Keaton back as Batman, at least have him do like I'm not saying like a standalone, but like give it a better script. Right. Like that was just when I looked at it. Now, mind you, I was just coming out. Me and a friend, we was just coming from seeing a great movie, and we went, and it's like, all right, we're gonna sneak in and see The Flash.
Right.
I'm so glad I didn't pay. I didn't pay a goddamn dime for that.
Yeah.
That was just horrific.
The
That was
thing with
just
that, but this is what I'm saying. Like, if they had brought Michael Keaton back years before and they did that continuation from Batman Returns, it would have been
yeah.
better. I felt like looking at it now, it was like, yo, Michael Keaton looks old as fuck as
Right.
Batman, and it was more about seeing Michael Keaton return as Batman than it was seeing Ezra Miller as the Flash. That's what it was about. That's why people, if they went to see it, they wanted to see Michael Keaton as Batman. You totally forgot it was a Flash movie. It didn't feel like a Flash movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was more about, and that's how I felt about Batman versus Superman. It was heavily Batman Gotham City theme, and you totally forgot that Superman is over here too, and they made Superman look like a punk in that film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole connection with Martha, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like this is not Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like Batman has the upper hand over Superman. That would never happen.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so yeah, like I said, like I felt like Warner Brothers cut some shit out that film, and I wouldn't be surprised if they said like, yo, there's a 4-hour cut of the Flash somewhere, because Warner Brothers has done that before. They did that with Justice
Mm-hmm.
League.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Zack Snyder cut. That's 4 hours, and that was a classic film in my opinion. It's definitely different from the theater version that Josh Whedon had did, and they did that with Batman vs Superman. That it was like a 4-hour cut of that film, and they cut that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And it still made a lot of money, but I felt like the Flash it lost money for Warner Brothers. I don't feel like it was the worst film of the summer though. I've seen worse films than that. I don't think it was the worst film of the summer. I just felt like the storyline could have been better. They
Mm-hmm.
needed another villain besides General Zod. We already saw Zod get defeated by Superman in Man of Steel.
Right.
I didn't feel like there was no need to bring him back. You know what I'm saying? But if you bring him back, if you go back in time and you bring him back, why not bring back Doomsday? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else could have been another villain, like a team up with Zod, besides just you have Batman. It took Batman, Supergirl, and the Flash to defeat Zod. Come on, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like the storyline was all over the place. I felt like Warner Brothers cut that film up. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it was the worst film of the summer. I just felt like it was just. I watched it. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? It was cool to see Michael Keaton as Batman again, but he does look old in the suit. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Mm-hmm.
shame that we never got a third film with Michael Keaton as Batman.
Right.
That's really how I felt. The Supergirl thing, I felt like she wasn't needed. I'm like, you're gonna introduce Supergirl in this film? You know what I'm saying? So when are we gonna get Supergirl's film? You know what I mean? So I just, it was a lot of things going on. There was people complaining about the CGI in the film. I thought the special effects was cool. I didn't see nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it was the worst film of the summer though. I think the Ben Affleck film that came out, Hypnotic, that was bad. That's one of the worst films of the summer.
Ooh. Didn't see it.
That was bad. I fell asleep to that film. It was garbage. The acting was bad. I don't know what the fuck was going on in the story. That was worse than The Flash. If you think The Flash is bad, watch the Ben Affleck film, Hypnotic. That was trash.
That looked that looked man.
You know what I'm saying? That was bad, and he didn't really go around and promote it either. So you know what I mean? That might have been like at the start of the strike or whatever. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the hell that got greenlit to be made. That was terrible.
I feel like even Ben Affleck knew it was bad.
Yeah, that's probably why he didn't promote it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't blame him.
Now,
You know?
Affleck, he made plenty of trash. I ain't gonna hold you.
I mean, as a director, he's made some good films.
Yes, as a
You know what I'm
director.
saying? Gone Girl. Was it Gone Girl? That was great. Love
The
that film.
Town.
The Town was great. I enjoyed that film. You know what I'm saying? And he's good as a director. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, there's not too many Ben Affleck films I watch. I'm like, oh, this was a great film.
Ben Affleck, and I know he's best friends with Matt Damon.
Right.
Matt Damon made some better films acting wise than
Yes.
Ben Affleck.
Yes. Now, I did like the film they both did together about the Michael
Yeah,
Jordan signing with Nike. Air.
yeah,
That was a great
yeah.
film. That was a great
I
film.
have to. I need to watch that.
But again, you have Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in that film,
True.
and that's when they usually do they best stuff. You know what I'm saying? That was a great film. I enjoyed that one. But
Now,
Hypnotic by itself, nah, that was trash.
I don't think he could carry a movie by himself. But the one movie he
Mm,
did, and this was back in 2002.
right.
I actually loved. I think it was very. I think it's very underrated.
Mm,
Changing Lanes with him and Samuel L.
yes,
Jackson.
I went to see that. That was a good film.
I that was
I
one.
enjoyed that.
I think that was Ben Affleck outside of a Matt. Ben
Yeah,
Affleck Matt Damon collaboration. His
yeah.
best
I
performance.
enjoyed it. That was good.
Yes,
Definitely,
very good
definitely.
movie.
That's one of his best. And he's had great films like Mallrats. Mallrats is a classic.
I need to watch that.
In '95, the Kevin Smith directed film.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that was a great film. It was
yeah,
funny, hilarious comedy from Kevin Smith. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Kevin Smith's pretty good anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? He's had some great films. Clerks was great.
I need to
Mallrats,
watch that too.
Chasing Amy, one of my favorites as well. You
That was
know,
good. Chasing Amy.
yeah, Chasing Amy was great, but he got some crap. Ben Affleck got some crap though, but
Plenty.
yeah,
Plenty.
this was not a good film. This was not a good film. This one, Insidious 5, Cobweb, Black Demon, White Man Can't Jump. Like those to me were like the worst of the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like the Flash. I could watch the Flash again. I can't watch the other films again. I couldn't watch Hypnotic again.
Oh
You know what I'm
boy.
saying? Transformers: Rise of the Beast. If you love the Transformers films, you're gonna love that one. I didn't like it because I just felt like they didn't use Unicron right. The Unicron should have been talking. He should have been transforming. We didn't see none of that. I don't know why you put Unicron. They tease Unicron from the last movie. You put him in this film as a villain, and then he doesn't say shit.
It's
Makes no
called
damn sense.
Transformers for
That is
goodness
retarded.
sakes.
That
It's
is
called
retarded.
Transformers for goodness sakes.
He had no lines in the film, and he talked more in the animated film in '87. You know what I'm saying? He didn't talk. He didn't transform. He was just eating planets. So they made him like fucking hungry for the whole damn film. Horrible.
What? But you could call him as an extra, basically.
He was an extra, basically. But who else was they gonna have? Oh, Megatron and Starscream. Okay, you see that in every Transformer film. You know what I'm saying? You finally put Unicron in a movie that people wanted to see. People been wanting Unicron in a Transformers film, and he doesn't transform ever. He doesn't say shit. What is that? What is that? I don't get it though. Like sometimes you got to look at Hollywood and see this is why they on strike because y'all are greenlighting shit like this.
Well,
Who greenlit this film?
Well, see, here's the thing, though. When's the last time Hollywood ever came up with good scripts? I wait.
But I'm like, yo, I'm saying they on what? This is number 7 in the Transformers series. Number 7. We're on the 7th film, and y'all are still doing shit like this,
right?
And supposedly they got away from Michael Bay. It looked like Michael Bay still doing the films. What is so different? I'm not seeing it, bro. It's like they changing the cast, but the robots still look the same.
Oh man. Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? Can you give us one movie? I just want one Transformers film where Starscream looks like Starscream.
Right.
They haven't done it. 7 films in, they haven't done it not once.
Oh boy.
Give us one movie where the Transformers look exactly like how they used to in the cartoon. Optimus and Bumblebee are the only ones that look like how they're supposed to look.
And see, that's what it comes to show you that Hollywood they haven't these directors they haven't did their homework. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, they didn't.
It's lazy, yo, and it's like they feel like they can get by. Oh, we're gonna make $1 billion anyway. Let's be lazy with it.
See, that's why they make the big bucks.
I don't get it. I really don't. I don't want to see another Transformers film and they look exactly how they did from the first film. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell who is who. Like, this is Starscream. Why does he look like Megatron? not supposed to look like each other.
Identical twins.
Yeah, they're not supposed to look like each other. And when you watch the animated series, no matter what Transformers series it was, whether it was Energon or Armada or the Generation One, everyone looked like how they're supposed to look. Not in the Michael Bay films. Everybody looked like they twins.
Right.
Like they were born from the same fucking robot and shit.
Right. That's what they did. They just like, oh, okay, well then we're gonna we're just gonna make them the same.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And they're still doing it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? How do you put Unicron in the film and he's not talking?
Right.
He hasn't transformed. I don't get that. Like they just made him. Oh, he's just gonna be in the film eating planets the whole damn movie. Oh, that's just Unicron. Don't worry about him.
Right.
He's not a threat to the Autobots.
Right. Not that. Not
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They act like he's from Land Before Time.
He might as well have been, yo. Like the Dinobots got more screen time than he did. Oh man.
Hey,
they gotta let the fans do these films from now. Wait, when they think about doing Thundercats and Voltron, let the fans direct the films. Don't fuck those franchises up, please. Somebody.
Oh, speaking of franchises, okay, so I got another one that's on my wish list. This is one of the worst movies of the summer. Fast X. First off, Vin Diesel. Yep. And I'm directed right to him. I'm going to talk about him. First off, horrible. He was horrible with the one noted performance. Horrible.
See, I actually liked it, though. I thought I was one of the best.
Really?
The thing, I love the cliffhanger. And the cliffhanger at the end is going to, like, for people that love these films, they're gonna be ready for the sequel.
Now let me ask you.
I actually thought Jason Momoa was good.
Oh, I thought he was horrible.
You thought he was horrible?
I didn't. I think he's a horrible actor at best.
Right.
I do not. Okay. In the beginning, he was straightforward. He was ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have stuck with that particular character in the beginning, if they were stuck it throughout the film, I would have liked Jason Momoa even more. I would have gave him respect, but they just made him too cartoonish. He was just so cheesy, and it's like, what the hell kind of stuff? Are you kidding me? Vin Diesel was just horrible, and every single time he was in an action in an action scene. Okay, really? Without a scratch? Are you kidding me right now? So you're a robot now, right?
Yeah,
but they're supposed to bring back Brian O'Connor in the next one.
Okay, that's the one from Tokyo Drift.
No, Brian O'Connor, the one who originally played by Paul Walker.
Okay. Oh, they're bringing back his character in the movie.
Back his character, yeah.
How? I thought he died.
No, he actually. If you saw part 7 or whatever, he just drifted off to the sunset. That was
but that was their way of writing him out of the story, though. So how was he back?
Your guess is about as good as mine right now. But from what I've heard, rumors, I think his brother, Paul Walker's brother, is gonna play Brian O'Connor.
Oh, wow.
Which I don't know how I feel about that, because
I think that's a mistake. I think that's a mistake for them.
Paul Walker is always going to be Brian O'Connor.
Yeah, you know I don't see why. I mean, if people know what happened to Paul Walker, why would you want to rewrite his character? That was the whole purpose of them doing that in part 7, was to write his character out of the story. So now he's back. I think that's a mistake for them to do that.
I agree. I strongly agree, and it's like, now you bringing back Jason Momoa, one of the worst actors in Hollywood. Vin Diesel, one of the worst. Okay, Vin Diesel. If you want to see a good film with Vin Diesel, and he can actually act, he did a movie called Find Me Guilty, that was 2006, and a movie called Boiler Room back in 2000. He was stunning in that.
I saw Butler. Right? It's been years since I saw that. I would say Saving Private Ryan, but he died in that. So You know what I'm saying? He didn't last a long time in that movie at all.
He was just starting.
Yeah, he was just
He was
starting.
just beginning. He was just
Yeah,
starting. I mean, you gotta die at least 1 or 2 movies
yeah,
beforehand.
or more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Fast X. I had high hopes for this movie.
Right.
I did not. I didn't care for it like that.
Do you think they bring back Hobbs and Shaw?
Oh God, of course.
I
They,
think
they,
that's where it's headed. I think we're gonna end up seeing The Rock and Jason Statham come back in that franchise.
oh, but we saw The Rock this past Friday in Friday Night
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Yes. That was the best thing about that Friday night. I didn't like this Friday's SmackDown. I just thought it was boring. I think without Roman Reigns is taking these long vacations. I think without him, the Bloodline story is bad because they
Yeah,
haven't. And the thing is, they made a mistake letting Jay go to Raw, right?
right.
You have Jimmy. That's like I don't know if he's in the Bloodline still or out. I don't know what they're doing with Jimmy. Solo Sikoa. The thing with Solo was already becoming his own star when he was in NXT. He won the North American title, and then he was like the newest member of the Bloodline. He had his own movement going on. He comes up
Right.
to the roster and he's only in the Bloodline. We haven't seen him develop as his own wrestler in singles competition since he's been up
Who you talking about?
solo. So what are they gonna do with Solo? You know what I'm saying? Like wait, why is John Cena a part of this Bloodline story? I don't want him a part of it. He has no business being there because we know he's not
Right.
gonna be there for a long time.
A quarter past nothing because they running out of ideas.
So because Hollywood is on strike, him and The Rock feels like, oh, let me go back to what made me. We
Pretty
don't
much.
need John Cena in the Bloodline story at this point. I don't want to see
Right.
The Rock a part of unless they put The Rock in the Bloodline story where he faces Roman at SummerSlam next year and he beats him to become the new tribal chief. I don't want to see the Rock a part of that
And
story.
see they were talk and see that I think he teased that.
He teased
But
it now, yeah. Like when he was on ESPN with Pat what's his name
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee, and he told Pat that they were this close to doing Roman and Rock. Yeah, we hear that now,
But
but we didn't hear that before when everybody wanted him to be a part of the story.
okay, now it was funny you mentioned that because he did a segment with Jimmy Fallon
Mm-hmm.
and he hinted, and this was before WrestleMania. He said something about I think I feel like I forgot the question was,
Mm-hmm.
but The Rock answered, "I'm going to meet the head of the table," which that
Right,
was referring to Roman Reigns.
right.
Now we didn't get that in this year's WrestleMania. So we're gonna get that now, this
I
next
told you
year.
when we did the live stream with WrestleMania 39. I told you the way that ended, they botched that ending.
They did
Cody should have won the titles,
right.
and then you see if at that point would have been perfect for The Rock to come to that story because if you have The
Facts,
Rock come out and cause Roman to lose those titles to Cody,
facts.
then that would be the great storyline where you have The Rock embedded in the story where you have the feud between Rock and Roman, and
That
then either you could go with The Rock becoming the new tribal chief,
Yep.
or there was rumors about how he was gonna come back and start his own bloodline with Jay and with Sammy. That never happened.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? That never happened. You know what I'm saying? And I read about that rumor over the summertime. So
Yep.
now that he's back, is he? People saying he's only back for one show. He's not gonna come back like full time or whatever. Well, we know that. Is he gonna come back for WrestleMania 40 and in what capacity? Because I want to see Cody finish his story and beat Roman for the titles. That's how it should have been in 39. That's how it should be next year for 40.
I
Now
agree.
they talking about people want to see the Rock. I don't want to see the Rock against Roman
I don't
before
want to
Cody
see it
finishes
either
the story.
now.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you come back where we get Cody against Roman, Rock comes out, and does the people's elbow to Roman, causing Cody to win the titles. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody get what they want. We got the Rock back. We see Rock and Roman again at SummerSlam, and Cody wins his titles and finishes his story. That
And
would
like,
be great. But
and
I
like,
don't want to see. I don't want to see Rock against Roman before Cody finishes his story.
and like I also mentioned, Damian Priest tried cashing in.
Right. And what about that? What happens if Priest cashes in against Roman?
Thank you.
So Cody doesn't get to finish his story against Roman?
Because now think about it. They got that group. They got the tag titles.
Right.
They got all the titles.
Mm-hmm. Just
Now,
about. They still don't got the IC title.
no,
That's a major title because I don't think nobody's beating Gunther for a long time. I think
I don't think so either. But
Gunther's already a legend. You know what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep.
I don't think nobody in the bloodline is gonna beat Gunther. And
I
they
don't
don't
think
got
anybody.
the title that Seth is holding.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go. They're just gonna say fuck Gunther. They
Right.
ain't gonna. They're not gonna. Mm-mm.
You still got Ray holding the US title though. Are they gonna
Yep.
go after the US title?
That's probably
Can you
maybe.
see like I said this a couple weeks ago when Dom won the North American title at NXT. I said, wouldn't it be crazy if they combine the NXT North American title with the US title?
They could.
So we could see Ray against his son again to unify both of those titles.
With the right writing, they could.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? I maybe Royal Rumble or WrestleMania.
they could.
You know what I'm saying? But the storyline, even with them, with the Judgment Day involved in the Bloodline storyline, and they trying to recruit the Usos, I don't understand that.
I don't either, because the Usos, they kind of have their own.
They got their own things. All right, why would they leave the Bloodline and go with the Judgment Day? That makes no sense.
No, it don't. Like, okay, if that's the case, if you're gonna do that in the whole bloodline situation, which that should have happened at WrestleMania this year.
Right. I don't know what they're doing. I think the fans again know what we want to see, and I think Cody finishing his story at WrestleMania 40 next year is the way to go.
I think so too.
Now, if you want to bring The Rock back to face Roman, that should be at SummerSlam next year if he has time.
I
Because
agree.
who knows what's going to happen with the strike and how long it's going to last.
Right.
I think personally the strike is going to last up until Christmas, and they're going to sign a new deal, and they're going to go into the new year with a new deal. I don't see it lasting. Going into next summer.
And all those movies that's supposed to, post production, all them
They're delaying films and stuff.
Postponed.
Yeah.
Postponed.
Mm-hmm.
They
just said today this fourth season of Superman and Lois is delayed till next summer.
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah.
And I love that show. I think that's a great show. One of the very few DC shows left. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least they got it right with that. They didn't get it right with the Flash.
Oh God.
They got it right with that show.
Yeah.
To me, the best thing about SmackDown last night was seeing The Rock come back, because I've been wanting The Rock to come back. He should be involved in the Bloodline storyline.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. They're saying that he's talking with the executives, so we'll see what happens.
Well, hopefully he'll get trained again.
He look like he could go now. Like he looked like he's ready for a main event right now. I don't think he needs any training. He stays in shape.
Yeah, I hope so.
You know what I'm saying? He looks ready now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the problem that the main problem that with the story is Roman not being there. Facts. You cannot have a champion that's holding multiple titles and he's nowhere to be found.
Facts.
Unless he's injured. If he was injured, they would have to strip him of the titles. He's not injured. Why is he on vacation for this long?
Right, exactly. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I don't and there was rumors that, what's her name? Rhea Ripley had an injury, but Rhea Ripley is still competing. Roman ain't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The storyline is getting stale now without Roman around. So they have to rely on Solo Sikoa and Jimmy and we don't even know if Jimmy's in or out of the bloodline,
Right.
and then Jay's on another brand.
Yeah,
So
Raw.
what happens? What happens now?
And another thing of what I heard, Brock Lesnar retiring.
Has he retired officially? 'Cause I heard it was
Not
like taking some
not
time
yet.
off or whatever.
He's taking time off, but I think they were talking about WrestleMania 40 might be his last.
Against who?
I don't know yet.
I know Gunther idolizes him. They want Gunther wants to face him.
I
Could we
want to.
see Lesnar and against Gunther
I would love to see that.
for the IC title?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
I don't know.
I don't think Brock Lesnar will win an IC title, but I mean, I would love to see that match though.
Right. Supposedly Gunther is his that's his like favorite wrestler or whatever. So
Favorite wrestler, yeah, I
yeah,
can see
I don't
that.
know. Maybe you know what I'm saying. That
Yeah,
definitely would be a good match.
yeah.
You
I
know,
can
better
see
than
that.
that other match he did with Amos. I didn't like that match at all.
Oh God,
That match was terrible, and it was Amos' fault too. He's not a good wrestler.
he's horrible.
He's tall, but yo, it's not even his height because we've seen people tall like him, but they were great. He's tall
Big
and
Show,
he doesn't have no moves.
no,
He's tall and he doesn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
no, you know.
But Dartmouth asks, what's the last great flick you last watched?
um, what's the great flick you laugh? I'm just
The
joking.
last great flick I watched is actually on my list. It was a movie called Talk to Me. It
Ooh,
came out during the summer. I think it's the best horror film this year.
oh, you talking about the one with the hand?
Yes, with the
Ooh.
it had a good young cast,
Yeah,
and they play this game where they get an embalmed hand, a dead person's hand, and the game is they record each other doing it, and they have to like hold the hand for like 90 seconds,
right.
and then if it goes over 90 seconds, like bad shit starts happening. So they're doing this game at at the crib, and that they have to hold the hand and say like something like talk to me or into me, some shit like that. And when they do it, they see like visions of dead people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And of course they do it too much to the point where when they playing the game, somebody gets hurt, things go wrong. You got somebody, Riley, who's he plays like the brother of Jade's character, and he gets injured playing this game, ends up in the hospital, and Jade and Mia is a character in the film where her another horror from where the mother dies, and it's her and her father. The father is still grieving. She's still grieving. Kids looking at her at school at that like she's a weirdo. And she really is the main character, Mia and Jade,
Yeah.
in this movie, and their friendship takes a turn for the worse because Jade's younger brother Riley he gets injured playing the game, and they actually I think he was in the hospital where his soul was in turmoil, like the spirits had took his soul, but he was still alive, but his soul was like in hell. And I thought it was a great film. I thought, like, again, it's a good story. You had your scares in it as well, but I thought it was done. I thought it was done better than the Boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? Like there was much, like, even like with the makeup on the face of like the demons and the spirits and stuff, I thought
Yeah.
was creepy. And they never said exactly where the embalming hand was taken from. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's like if they do a sequel, it'll be like a little backstory on where the hand was actually from.
Yeah.
But I thought like the young cast was good, and the way that they shot it was good. The storyline was strong. You had your scares in it, and I thought to me it's the best horror film of the year.
I saw the trailer for that movie. It looks really good. I do
Yeah,
want to see it.
it is. It's definitely good, and Um, I don't think depending. I mean, I know there's other horror films coming out before the end of this year. You got the
Right.
first part of the Exorcist trilogy,
Oh God.
which I don't think is gonna even live up to the original. But I'm
No.
gonna watch it because I love the Exorcist, the original one, and
Hey,
all of the other sequels been trash. So I want to see
God.
if this is like once. Well, I can't say that the third one was actually good. It has a cult following now, but when
Right.
it came out back in the day, there was no cult following for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a the third Exorcist sequel, Dominion has a following now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That was decent. You know what I'm saying? Because that didn't have Reagan in it, but Father Karras from the first one actually was in that third one, but he was possessed
Wow.
already. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That was good. But that's really the only sequel from that Exorcist franchise that was good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They do this is like a whole reboot, and they're doing a whole trilogy. So there's two more movies coming after this one.
Oh
You know what I'm
wow.
saying? So I'm gonna watch it. I still we might have to do a review on that because I want to see what people think about that one. If they
Yeah.
watch it and the trailer looked good, but we know how that is with trailers. The trailers look better
Yeah.
than the actual film. So
That is true.
you got the Nun 2 that just came out. I love the Nun.
Uh,
I went
yeah.
to see the Nun when it came out. I thought it
I didn't
was.
seen it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't see it.
I thought it was good. And the thing is, when I remember going to the theater and there was a white lady that was sitting in the front row, and
Yeah.
there was like a jump scare that happened, and she screamed in the theater, and everybody started laughing. That's what I remember from that film. But I actually like the Nun. I love the Conjuring universe. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I love all the only Conjuring film I didn't like was the Devil Made Me Do It. I thought that was not good.
Hmm.
And I didn't like the first Annabelle film, but all the other ones I enjoyed. The Nun 2 just came out last week, and I definitely want to see that. But regardless of all the other horror films coming out for the remainder of the year, I think that Talk to Me was the best one,
Mm.
and that to me was one of the best summer films of 2023.
Speaking of like best summer films, I put Oppenheimer's up there.
Oppenheimer I didn't watch, but I'm definitely gonna watch that because I think that's gonna be an Oscar nominated film. It looks like it's gonna be.
Killian Murphy, I
Mhm.
think is very highly
Yeah,
underrated.
he's good.
He was in Red Eye. He's been in
Mhm.
other stuff. He was
He
in
was in the first 28 weeks later.
yeah, 28
Hey,
weeks
28
later.
days.
Yeah,
Which one was I know it's 28 days and 28 weeks. I think 28 days was the first one, right?
yeah. 20 Days was the first one.
Yeah, yeah. He was in the first. He was in 28 days later. He was good. I definitely enjoyed that film.
He was also good in what is oh god, what is that? A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yes, he
Very
was. That's a good one.
unrecognized, damn near unrecognizable.
Right. I forgot he was in that.
Him and he's reuniting with Emily Blunt, which I
Yeah.
thought is very underrated as an actress.
Facts.
Uh, I think Killian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr. I think all three of them should get Oscar
Yeah.
nominations.
I think so because that and the Barbie film really made the
Yes,
most money this summer.
yes. Christopher Nolan. This was his best movie he's done since The Dark Knight.
Okay.
That's just my honest opinion.
Right.
Um, I think it should get best director. I think it should get best picture, best screenplay. I loved. It's a 3 hour movie, but I loved every
Yeah.
aspect of the movie. I didn't think it was. It didn't seem 3 hours to me, but
Right.
I loved it, and I tuned into like Killian Murphy, the whole focus, and I was waiting for the longest time. Okay, what can Killian Murphy do?
Right.
Because he's not okay after Red Eye. That was it. You didn't hear much. You didn't hear
Right.
much from him. Besides 28 days or weeks later, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But it's like, okay, what movie could he done to like elevate his performance? Okay, what can he do to get noticed?
Mm-hmm.
I think Red Eye was his breakout role. This one here, it just takes the cake.
What wasn't he in Batman Begins? Didn't he play Scarecrow?
Yeah, yes. Yeah,
He was in that too.
was in
Yeah.
that. He was in that,
Okay.
yeah. I don't remember him in that. I need to go back and watch that movie.
Yeah.
But I think Cillian Murphy. I think he's a shoe in for winning Best Actor in this
Okay.
movie. Robert Downey Jr. the best performance besides Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, a lot of people once again don't know he did not start in Marvel
Mm-hmm.
movies.
He been in a lot of films
Yeah,
since he
he
was
been
younger.
less than
Weird Science, he was in that.
Weird Science, Less Than
Less Than
Zero,
Zero,
Less
classic
Than
film.
Zero,
Yep.
classic. I thought that should be his first Oscar nomination.
Yeah, definitely.
What else? You know what else? A movie called what is it called? Chances Are that came out in '89. He
Right.
was solid in that.
Mm-hmm.
Back to School with Ronnie
Back to School.
Dangerfield. He
That's
was
right.
solid
Right.
in that. A movie
Yeah.
called Tough Turf, '85
Mm-hmm.
with James Spader, solid. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? He's been in all these solid movies. Chaplin, his first Oscar nomination.
Right.
Now, this one, he should be on his third. I think he's a shoe in for winning,
Mm-hmm.
but it's too early to tell because it's more other movies that's coming out that you know it. Like I said, I think Cillian Murphy he should take home Best Actor, Best Lead. I think he should win. I don't care. I don't care what anybody say. I
Tropic
don't care
Thunder.
who
That's
the
right. He was in that
nomination.
too.
Yep, he was in
Um.
that. I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he got another Oscar nomination for that.
The Tropic Thunder.
Yes,
Yeah, I
he
remember
was
that.
solid in that. He was great in that. Tom Cruise is in that too.
Right.
But he was solid in that. And when I love Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
at best when he's not in Marvel films. Don't get me wrong, I
Right.
like him in Iron Man, but I'm just sick of a lot of people saying, "Oh, he's Iron Man." No, okay, go back and do your homework because that's not his first movie.
Well, they killed him off. So unless they bring them back, he can't be in every Marvel film.
Exactly. No, I don't want him to be in every Marvel film. I'm sick of him in Marvel
Right.
films. I want him to go back to his old roots.
Yeah.
Like I want him to go back to doing what he does best is dramatic roles, comedy roles, But in this in Oppenheimer, straight up categorical dramatic performance, I think he should get best supporting actors consideration.
So that's one of your favorites for the
It's
summer.
one of my favorites. Yes, I put
Okay.
that as my number 5 right now.
Cool. So I'm gonna definitely check it out because I know it's been out, and I'm like,
Yes,
yo, just from like all the praise it got, I'm like, this is definitely gonna get an Oscar.
it's 3 hours,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's worth it. It's worth it.
Cool. Um, a comedy that came out in the summer that I thought is not getting a lot of praise, and I think it's because like there's like some Asian heritage to it. Is Joyride. I thought Joyride was hilarious.
Oh, I
Hilarious
caught
film.
that too. Wow.
And they went like they got raw with it too. I'm saying like, you know what I mean? Like there's like they make like the movie No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence, and they're
Yes.
talking about that nude beach scene. I'm like, yo, Joyride, they were getting it in on there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was a hilarious film. It reminded me of like Girl Trip, but like the Asian version of Girl Trip.
Ooh.
And I thought Girl Trip was hilarious too. And I think Joyride needs to get more praise. And it's like all Asian cast, but I think it was a phenomenal comedy. And it's only Joyride and No Hard Feelings that I saw that were like real comedies this year that I thought was great. And I feel like we're getting away. Hollywood is getting away from the comedies. It's all about the superhero films and the horror films, and that shit is cool. But I love comedy also, and it's been a long time since I could say like, yo, like this was a great comedy.
Now, I'm gonna say 3 movies, and I know we're going against rules a little bit.
Okay.
3 comedy movies. I would say one of the best movies of the year. And 2 of them you mentioned, Joyride and No Hard Feelings.
Yeah.
Another movie that I just watched a couple weeks ago that I think a lot of people should pay attention to, Polite Society.
Okay. Who's in that?
unknown people that I don't even know.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm gonna be honest. Now I'm gonna start with Joyride.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie Sue, or who was in who I enjoyed her so much in Everything Everywhere at Once,
Yeah.
which deserved almost all the Oscar nominations.
Right.
Almost, with the exception of Jamie Lee Curtis. I didn't think she should have won for that, but
Mm-hmm.
that's besides the point. But I loved her in Joyride. I thought another great performance. Everybody did their thing in Joyride.
Yeah.
That was a very good movie. That
That
one
was good.
I will own that one.
That was funny.
Um, what is that? Uh
No hard feelings.
No Hard Feelings. Jennifer Lawrence, very solid. Not her first comedic
Yeah.
role. She was in well, if you want to call Civil Lines Playbook a
Yeah.
comedy,
Yeah.
it's
It was
comedy.
like comedy drama.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also she was in a comedy series called The Bill Engvall Show
Right.
before she was famous.
Okay.
And this one, yes, it was a little bit raunchy, but I liked it because it had a good story.
Right.
It kind of reminded me of one of those 80s movies. It kind of reminded me, kind of sort of like a John Hughes movie where
Yeah.
it starts off as a comedy, but then once it gets to the serious stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that's when it excels. And John
Right.
Hughes is best, does his best with that.
Yeah. I
You
agree.
know what I'm saying? So I loved that aspect of the movie. It wasn't too raunchy. It was just funny.
Right.
Jennifer Lawrence excels. I think she should get awards consideration.
She
Not
was good in that. She was
yeah,
good in that.
not an Oscar, but some sort of awards consideration.
Right.
Now, Polite Society, on the other hand, it's a little movie that is kind of like a Bollywood type movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, definitely watch the trailer.
Right.
That one is a very solid movie. I loved it. One of the best comedies of the year,
Okay.
in my honest opinion.
I
So yeah,
saw last night I watched on Netflix Bird Box 2
yeah,
because they did a sequel, but this sequel is different. It's more like overseas and how the people overseas was affected by the sinister, plague or virus, whatever the hell it was, and the difference about part two than part one, it was like the virus was using people for its message. Supposedly, like when the people look at the virus,
yeah,
they can see the angels or some shit.
yes,
But there was like some that they could see the angels, but they wasn't dying.
hmm,
Like they wasn't like once you don't have your blindfold on and you see the image of the angels or whatever,
yeah,
they immediately kill themselves. But it was some that they could see the angels, but they were like special. They were like sent out to to send its message to others.
right,
Or some crazy shit like that. That wasn't done in the first one. I like the first one because it felt like a horror film.
yeah,
The second one, it was more like it had like a religious tone to it. You had like people seeing images of angels and saying, "Oh, this is God's work." And I don't think it was as good as the first one. And Sandra Bullock didn't come back with the second one.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But they left it open for a sequel. I don't know what's gonna happen. The ending of it, the way that it ended, it reminded me of like Resident Evil. Because now there's like it sounded like this, like they were doing tests on rats with the virus, and the rats went haywire and it started growling. So I don't know if it's gonna be like some creatures in the next one, but I'm
oh,
like, don't go that route.
right,
Don't go that route. You know what I'm saying? We've already
right,
seen movies like that already. But I don't think part two was as good as part one.
right. I didn't know they made a sequel to
Yeah,
that.
it's on Netflix now. I believe it came out. I want to say it came out like the start of the summer. But I just watched it last night, but I wasn't
Wow.
impressed.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check both of them out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I gotta watch Oppenheimer. The Nun 2, definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
Um, what else? The Barbie film, I'm not really trying to see that. You know what I mean? I know that made like a shitload of money, and I'll pass on that.
I put that.
Mm-hmm.
I I put that as one on the top of the list.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
It was good.
I'm gonna tell you why it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I love Margot Robbie. That's probably her second movie I've seen her in. I saw
Mm-hmm.
her in what is that movie? Oh my god, Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street, she was good.
Yeah,
She was
yeah,
good in
she
that
was
film.
solid in that.
Yeah.
I thought she was perfect in
I
the
and
first.
I liked her in playing Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey. I thought
I need
she
to
was great.
watch that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
need to
thought
watch.
she was the perfect Harley Quinn,
Yeah,
and of course, DC being DC, they got rid of her. So who knows who's gonna be Harley if we ever see Harley Quinn again?
I'm gonna tell you why I love Barbie. Now I went to low expectations. I thought, okay, well, this is just another, this is just another movie that is based on an adaptation of a, children's toy or whatever you
Right.
want to call it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you why it works. The screenplay, Greta Gerwig,
Mm-hmm.
who's also an actress. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this should get major awards. I think it should get Oscar nomination for best screenplay.
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig, uh, Margot Robbie, she was great in that. But I would say America Ferrera. Now, for those of you who don't know who America Ferrera is, she was in Ugly Betty
Right.
and the sister of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah.
That 5-minute monologue that she did in that movie,
Mm-hmm.
it was so relatable. It was so Oscar worthy. She should get Best Supporting Actress consideration for that.
Now I saw a post last week where they said they're considering Ryan Gosling that played Ken to get Oscar consideration.
Oh God.
So,
Well,
apparently they thought he was good in that film.
he was good. He was solid in that, but
Mm-hmm.
Oscar worthy,
Hey,
I wouldn't go that far. He
what did
was
they? I mean that's like the what best selling movie this year so far.
yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
why wouldn't they? Shit, it could happen.
It could happen.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like they got a whole bunch of other shit that's coming out. So
Right, it could happen. I mean,
but we might see Barbie running the Oscars, the Oscar nominations this year.
I could agree with that. Ryan Gosling, Oscar nomination,
A lot of people like this performance.
debatable.
Right.
However, I mean, he did his thing.
Okay.
I will say that. I think he's very underrated as an actor too, as well.
He's a good actor. I like
very
him.
good actor. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw him in a TV show he did in a WB back in the day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, but he should at least get nominated. Winning, I don't think he would win it, but
Right.
nominate, yeah, I could see that. I could see Margot Robbie getting nominated. I could see Ryan Gosling, American Ferrera definitely should be nominated. Best screenplay, best picture of the year, yes, I could see all that. But the movie worked on so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just a comedy. It was just like a, real kind of like a life lesson type movie.
Right.
And that's why it worked on so many levels. Now, a lot of people, there's people that now I'm gonna break this down to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna either like it, you're gonna either hate it, or you're gonna make fun of it. Which
Right.
all three of those combined, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna have different opinions, but I just don't. I just hate it when people say, "Oh, Barbie's the worst movie of all time," and didn't see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
no, 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 no. Watch it. You know what I mean? Like,
And it
people gonna
also
have
it also helped the movie that Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice was a part of the soundtrack. Dua Lipa.
yes,
Yeah.
and I think the soundtrack. They might get they may be a shoe in
Mhm.
for a nomination. Best musical. Music score
Right.
might be a shoe in. But honestly, I think to me it's one of the best movies of the year. It's one of my maybe top 100 movies of all time.
Really? I got
Yes.
to see your top 100 list because you mentioned that list earlier with another
Yeah.
movie on your. I'm like,
Yeah.
top
Yeah. It's a
100
lot
ever?
of it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of movies.
Oh.
That made the list. It's a lot of movies.
When are you
But
doing that? Because you mentioned that to me and Reg like last year. When are you doing that top 100 list? I got to
I
see
got.
this. I got to see your
I.
list because you top 100 all time. You putting Barbie on there?
Yeah.
I
I
won't go
put
that
Barbie.
far
I put Barbie and Oppenheimer up
because it just recently came out.
It just came
Yeah.
out.
It just
So
came
so
out.
so it
Yeah.
so it had that much of an impact
Oh
that you felt
yeah.
like it could be top 100 all time.
Oh yeah. Because any movie that gets me glued to my seat and I'm not trying to get up and what and if I'm not trying to get up, that you just went, and if it has a good story, you you just made my top list. But I
I
will
was
say that.
I was glued to my seat with Hypnotic, but that's because I was sleeping. It wasn't because it was a
Hey,
great film.
hey, but that was a Ben Affleck movie though. Hey, nah, that's a Ben Affleck movie. I don't think there's okay. Besides, besides changing lanes,
Mhm.
that's up there too. That makes my list as
Top
top
100
100.
all time, changing lanes.
Yes, yeah,
Oh, I got
yeah,
to see your list. I
yes. You
definitely got to
gotta
see
see
this.
my list, but my list is probably gonna be more older movies than
Okay,
new. Than
right.
new. You know what I'm saying? Like, The Godfather, that makes my list.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That
Definitely.
and
See, when I'm thinking like top 100, I'm thinking like classics. You know what I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
saying? The only is very few like new movies I would put on that list. Like I said, like when I watched the 4 hour version of the Zack Snyder cut for Justice League, that to me was a classic already.
Oh wow.
That because that was the version that should have came out in the theater.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Zack Snyder was complete with everything. He had Green Lantern in there and want to cut that part out. I don't know why you would do that because he's part of the Justice League. You know what I'm saying? But that version of Justice League to me was already a classic.
Hell,
You know what I'm saying? So if I had to do a top 100, that would definitely make the list.
I do you one better. The Batman that came out last year,
That was
that's up
good.
there.
That was good. And
That's up
and,
there.
and you know, I always give grief to the new actors taking on that role because
Yeah.
of where it started. You know what I'm saying? And I go for like Michael Keaton was my era of Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
But I remember watching, Batman 66 in syndication with Adam West and Burt Ward.
Ooh, Adam
You know what I'm
West.
saying? That was another great Batman that nobody talks about. You know what I'm
No.
saying? But after Keaton and when it went to Kilmer and Clooney, that was shit. I never liked those films. It went to
Kill.
Christian Bale. Christian Bale was good. I felt like Christian Bale got it back on course. And then there
Right.
was even people saying they didn't like how Christian Bale sounded as Batman. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like the Nolan trilogy was great. That was a great trilogy, especially The Dark Knight. That was like a classic.
And Christian Bale, he's a method actor too.
Right. He's a
And
he's a very good actor. You know what I'm saying? And
very.
and I was skeptical about Ben Affleck taking on the
Oh
role.
God.
I remember there was like Facebook groups that were against that. There were people signing petitions to not have him as Batman, and
Yeah.
he definitely did his thing as Batman. He was to me was the best thing about Batman versus Superman. He was great.
Mm,
Loved him
mm,
as Batman. I wish he had did his own solo
yeah.
film and directed it as well, which was supposed to happen. But again, WB, DC getting involved in this shit, they scrapped that plan. You know what I'm saying? Robert Pattinson, I remember watching those vampire films, with
Yeah,
him and Kristen Stewart,
yeah.
and the hype
God.
behind that. And I didn't see Robert Pattinson taking on that role, but he actually did his thing as Batman, and I
And
enjoyed it. I
Robert,
thought that was a great film from last year.
and Robert Pattinson, I think to me he's a versatile actor. I think he's
Yeah.
very underrated. I
And
think,
and and I didn't see a lot of his stuff after uh what's that vampire from?
God, Twilight.
Twilight. I didn't see a lot from him after the Twilight. So I don't know what
Oh,
else he's done.
yeah.
But when he played Batman, it was darker and he was more
Yes.
meaner. He was a meaner Batman.
And then the
And
fight scenes was out. It was
yeah,
great.
yeah, the fight scenes were good. And I enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like about that was Penguin wasn't in it a lot. And I
Right.
wanted to see how they they were supposed to do a Penguin, a series on streaming for
Yeah.
what's his name?
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell that played Penguin. I want to see how they do that series. But
Ooh.
I thought the Riddler guy, I didn't like how they did the new Riddler because
Yeah.
I'm so used to the Frank Gorshin playing the Riddler.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then Jim Carrey taking on that role, and I think that was the best thing about was it Batman Forever with Jim
Yeah.
Carrey. Jim Carrey was great as the Riddler, but it was a more sinister Riddler. He was more darker too.
Yeah.
But his outfit looked like the Bone Collector.
A
You know
boy.
what I'm saying? If you ever saw the Bone Collector, he looked like the Bone Collector in that film.
Yeah, I saw the Bone Collector.
You know what I'm saying? So it didn't. I didn't get Riddler vibes from that, but I thought Robert Pattinson as Batman was great. And the thing about that is they didn't keep him too long as Bruce Wayne in that film. He was more Batman for the majority of that film,
Right.
and I thought he did a good job. So when Batman 2 come out, I'm gonna definitely go check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, same.
Now, Darkmouth is saying, does Mike have any criticism for Barbie? Mike loves Barbie. He says it's top 100 all time on his list.
Yeah, it's the top. Yeah, definitely top 100.
Wow. So it was that great. So it's going up there with the likes of Godfather and Scarface.
Oh no, I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't put it that.
Oh,
I wouldn't put it that
But
far.
but
out.
yeah, but
Hell
you said
no.
when you say top 100 all time, I'm thinking the top 100 films all time, like Godfather, Scarface,
no,
Taxi Driver.
Mike,
It's not on that level.
Mike,
Nope.
Mike,
Yeah.
just say it's your favorite movie from this year, not all
From this year.
time. Yeah,
It's
this
still.
year.
I mean, it's to me. It's still like my. It's still like. Honestly, like it's making a 100 list for sure, for damn sure.
So
But
it's on the same level as Godfather and Scarface. That's what you're saying.
but you know what though? Here's the thing though. Godfather and Scarface and all that, those are like two different solid like movies. Like okay. I put it up there, but it's all right. How do I explain this? It's not.
You're putting it. It's not top 10 all time, but it's top 100 all time for you.
It's not top 10,
Right?
but 100. Yes, I will put it up there, but it's not in the same like class. It's like Scarface.
But when you do a top 100 all time, like top 100 movies all time for any era, right?
Any era, yes.
That's gonna be like your best 100 all time.
Yes.
So Barbie's in that list then.
Barbie's on that. Yeah, Barbie is on that list.
So that's one of your favorites already all time.
One of my favorites.
Okay.
One of my favorites, but I would not. But top 10, no,
Okay.
no. Top. I'll give you two top 10 movies. Taxi Driver, Scarface, and Godfather.
Yeah.
That's three of them. I'll give you three of them. Classics, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Sepulchre, I need to watch again. I do own that.
Sepulchre was good. That was a good one.
I own that on I just bought that not long ago on 4K. I do need to watch that again.
That was good.
Dog Day Afternoon.
Al Pacino in that one.
Oh, Al Pacino, yeah. Al Pacino got robbed out of an Oscar, but Dog Day Afternoon, that's another one.
Another top good 10. One, yes. Definitely. Top 10. And that's based on a true story as well.
Top 10, yeah. E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
That's a classic.
Top 10. Top 10. Even hell, I do you one better. Indiana Jones, the first one, top tier.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, those are my classics. So
Darth Mouth is asking you, is Once Bitten a classic?
once bit with Jim
Yeah.
Carrey.
Was that the one with Jim Carrey or with Nicolas Cage?
No, it's the one. No, you thinking of what's that movie? Once Bitten. That was Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey? Okay.
The one with Nicolas Cage was Vampire's Kiss.
Okay.
Vampire's Kiss was terrible to me.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Once Bitten, that was good. I don't. Do I consider it as a classic? No, but I like the soundtrack though.
Like the soundtrack? Who's on the soundtrack?
I don't know. I just
is it is it the score, or is it like various artists on the soundtrack?
It was just various artists.
Really? I never listened to
it. It had like a couple of good songs that I liked in that one. But do I put that as I put that no, it's okay. It's a good movie, but I wouldn't put it as my top 100 movie. So
you got Barbie on there, which is it's a new film.
So. I got Barbie and Oppenheimer on there.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that
one top 100 is. I hope it's coming very soon. I think I have my list because I remember you told us this like a long time ago. You want to do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like when you say top 100, I'm thinking of like impactful classic movies that I grew up with, like Weird Science and Animal House. You know, Back to the Future.
You put Weird Science up there?
Weird Science, Aladdin. Yeah, because like I see, it's John Hughes, right?
I love John Hughes.
Yeah, he made a lot of great films in the 80s, and it was impactful for me because that was like the age of the VHS was coming out with VCRs. Yeah. I was buying those films on VHS.
I even put the Breakfast Club in 16.
Breakfast Club, yeah, that's on my list. I love Breakfast Club. The soundtrack as well.
Stand by Me.
Yeah, huh?
Stand by Me.
Yes, that's up there too. Yes,
that's a good one too.
Yes. Yeah. And American Graffiti, that's up there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it was like movies that impacted you as a kid or as like a young adult.
Yeah,
and like that I was continuously going back to watch. Like E.T. I've seen hundreds of times, and Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings. So those movies will be in my top 100.
Back to the Future, that's definitely up there.
Yeah, for sure. I know. Reg is doing. We're supposed to be doing a breakdown for that at some point.
Yeah, if you guys don't do it, I'll do it too.
Yeah,
do it little.
Still a little.
That was good. That was
a good film. Is that the one with the rat?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I got that and Stu a Little too. That was those are good too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is Officer and the Gentleman top 25? I mean,
you got what is that? Which one is that?
That's this is the anime film called Summer Wars.
Summer Wars. You got that on Blu-ray, okay?
Yep.
Nice.
Like it's a film about the virtual world and how one teenager he cracked a code that caused like the virtual world to go haywire, and also he has to save the world before it ends, basically. Right. Before the virtual world and reality world collide, before the world goes to doomsday.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I gotta check that out.
Yep.
Officer and Gentleman, is that top 25 for you? Little Monsters, I remember that. I remember seeing that when I was younger.
Little Monsters, that's the one with Ben Savage.
Yeah.
Fred Savage, Harry Mendel.
See, but I like Fred Savage. I like Fred Savage and the Wizard. I think the Wizard was his best film.
Really?
Yeah. With Harry Mendel from Bobby's World, yeah.
Because it was like, yo, when that trailer came out back in the day, and they showed like the first like look at Super Mario 3 before it came out, we were running to see that movie.
Yeah, I hated that. The Wizard, I hated it.
You didn't like the Wizard?
No,
this is like Nintendo era. We got the Power Glove. We got the first look at Super Mario 3, a classic video game. I loved it.
I like the way they showed the video games though. I liked
Yeah,
it. I liked that
he was in
part.
competition, which is what they do now in a
Yeah.
major league gaming and shit like that. So I enjoyed it.
Fred
It
Savage.
has that Captain N feel to it, don't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
wizard, yeah.
Fred Savage, when it comes to movies, was a hit or miss.
right.
I mean, he was good in Wonder Years, but he did a movie called Vice Versa with that was a movie like the movie Big that they try to copy off of
Oh,
that.
they copied that. Yeah, I never saw that one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it
Mario 3 is like my all time favorite. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? It's, so many times I played that for hours and
yeah.
classic, man.
An Officer and the Gentleman, my top 25. I would say top 25 performances. Like that
Right.
was
Louis
Gossett.
Gossett. Yeah.
Louis Gossett, he won an Oscar, and a lot of
Hmm.
people think he should give his Oscar back because he did a lot of trash after that.
Yeah.
Richard Gere, he was great in that. Deborah
Hmm.
Winger, which I think highly underrated, was very great in that too.
Right. Yeah, that was a good film.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be in my top 25, but it's definitely a great movie.
no, it's not in my top 25 either, but you know,
Yeah.
good.
I got a question for Mike.
Mhm.
Yes.
Favorite film with both Craig Robinson and Aquafina?
Ugh.
Mm.
Are you talking about like a film that they did like individually, or
Yeah, individual. Craig Robinson first, and then Aquafina.
Craig Robinson? The
I
best
got one. Hot Tub. What's the movie? Hot
Hot
Tub.
Tub Time
Time
Machine.
Machine. Yes, I like that. I liked him in that.
Yeah,
And Aquafina was in Renfield with Nicolas
that was
Cage.
good.
That
That
was
was
a
good.
good film. I like that one.
Yeah, she's gorgeous too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Renfield is that either that or it was another movie she did that was bad. It was like a comedy drama. I forgot what the name of the movie was, but Aquafina, I haven't seen too many films of hers, but Redfield so far is she was great in that.
Yeah.
Um Craig Robinson, I mean, I'm not a huge I don't think he's that funny, but it was a movie that he did. I forget what the name was. Forget what the name was. It was a comedy drama. I forget what the name was. If I think about it, like doing the streaming, and yeah, I'll say it. But
Mm.
he was, but I know what the movie's about. Um, it was a, it was more like a drama, I think, than anything else. But he was great in that too. I remember him. He gave probably his best performance in that.
Yeah.
Red said he's planning some video game content soon.
What the hell?
That's great.
Both
Wow.
both of
You
them.
should because we gamers. Like I'm a gamer. Like I love games, man.
I like
Me
games.
too. Me too.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you
Smash
should play
Bros.
that.
Smash Brothers. That's my all-time favorite game.
Yeah,
All-time
Super
favorite
Smash Bros.
game.
Yeah, that's a good one. I remember
Yep.
playing that on the Wii when that first came out.
Yep. Brawl.
Yeah.
You know,
My introduction was Melee.
Melee. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Mortal Kombat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
GoldenEye 007.
Yeah, on the 64.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
man, that was great. That was
Yeah.
a great game, man.
Yeah.
Both both Craig Robinson and Aquafina, they were both great in the film The Bad Guys. That's a very great film, and that's like if you like Reservoir Dogs, because it it has that Quentin Tarantino feel to it too.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. There's little snippets of Ocean's 12 and if you like Lupin the Third.
Right.
So Like it's a crime heist film.
I gotta check that.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino. Hey, he's retired. He about to retire.
Yeah, he's making the last movie.
I don't blame him. I don't. You know.
Yeah. Any movies y'all looking forward to before the end of the year?
Killers of the Flowers Moon, directed
That
by
looks good.
Scorsese. That looks good.
Yeah.
I think that's a shoe in for an Oscar nomination. Too early to tell, but it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
All star cast.
Yep. Rayshawn, any movie?
Not at the moment.
No. No
No.
anime coming up? Anything?
Well, well. Speaking of anime, there is a live action One Piece, and I was not looking forward to
I
that.
saw the trailer for that. That's coming on Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still be anime,
Uh,
even though I said this before and I said it again, they need to end One Piece really, because
right.
I love One Piece, but how long has that anime been going? Like Fullmetal Alchemist, Fullmetal Alchemist was not that long.
I used to watch that too, from The Alchemist.
Yeah, both that and Brotherhood still
Top
my favorite.
top 5 video games of all time.
Easy. Mortal Kombat, Smash Brothers, Sonic, Soul Calibur, and you know what, Mario. There you go.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Sonic, GoldenEye, and did I say Sonic or no?
Yeah, I think it's Sonic. Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic. I'm gonna have to go with Millipede for the regular Nintendo.
Nice. Damn, that's an old one too.
Yeah.
Millipede. Y'all remember that one?
Millipede, yeah.
Wow. Mario Brothers, of course, definitely. Halo 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Gears of War. And I gotta go with Madden because Madden is the best football game ever.
Yes.
I gotta go with Madden. I love Madden, so
yeah.
There's so many other games, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Zelda, but those 5, yeah.
Oh yeah, Majora's Mask. That's a good one.
Yeah. Soul Calibur. My favorite one was Part 4 when they had the playable character Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, I remember Soul Calibur before.
That's remember that they had Yoda.
Yeah,
they had some of the Star Wars characters. Yeah,
they had Yoda, Darth Vader. I remember Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube. They had Link, and for I think the PS2 they had Spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The graphics were great. The gameplay was great. So yeah, Soul Calibur was highly underrated.
Heck yeah.
I got a question for y'all. Top 5 Eddie Murphy movies.
Beverly Hills Cop, Golden Child,
Professor,
Trading Places,
Nutty Professor. I know Shrek because he was in that film.
What else? I'm gonna go with the recent one he did on Netflix. You People.
Oh God.
You didn't like that one?
No.
Really?
I did not.
I thought him and Jonah Hill was hilarious in that film.
It just didn't seem like Eddie Murphy to me.
Really?
Daycare?
Oh, it was okay. It's not my favorite though. It was okay. He had a lot of misses in the 90s, like Metro and
sure did.
Oh yeah, he did.
What's the other one? Man, I forgot. The one Norbit. I didn't like Norbit.
Oh God.
Oh my God. I remember that film.
I know Reg
Doing
likes
bit.
that. I didn't care for Norby.
I hated that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he played well. Was it because he played? He also played that fat woman too.
Oh, it's
Nah, it was just I
Alicia.
didn't care for this. It reminded me too. It was that should have been a spinoff to like the Nutty Professor.
Oh right, because it had that
You know.
feel to it.
Nah, I didn't. I don't think it's underrated at all. I just think it's bad.
I'm gonna tell you my favorite Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
48 Hours, Beverly Hills
48
Cop.
hours. Yeah,
Yep,
that
Beverly
was
Hills
good.
Cop, Trading Places,
Mm-hmm.
Coming to America,
Come to me.
and
How I forgot that.
yeah,
I only remember Beverly Hills Cop and Golden Child because I
yeah,
went to see those. I went to see those when I was
yeah,
a kid. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But I forgot about Coming to America in 48 hours.
and yeah, The Golden Child. That's up
Yeah,
there too.
Golden Child
I'm
was great. That's one I always wanted a sequel for that, and they never gave us that.
I'm surprised y'all didn't put Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights 2 was great too. Yeah, it's hard to just narrow it down to 5.
Yeah,
I forgot about Harlem Nights.
yeah.
You know, definitely. Who's your favorite character in Mortal Kombat?
Uh, Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Sub Zero, Scorpion. Those are my
Melina,
favorites. Yeah,
Melina,
yeah,
Yeah,
me.
Kitana, Scorpion, Sonya, S- Striker,
Yeah,
Cabal,
the ball.
especially that fatality where he takes off his mask.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
You like Cabal with the mask or without the mask?
I like him without both because I, I like him without the mask because he looked a lot more scarier.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, they got the remake. I ain't even checking for that.
Serena.
The whole reboot of Mortal Kombat, the game and shit. I'm like, nah. I'll stick with the original. I ain't trying
Yeah,
to play no reboot game.
Yeah,
You know.
facts.
But this has been fun though. This has been great. This was our best and worst summer films of 2023.
Hmm.
I want to do something like this again, like at the end of the year, where we talk about like our favorite films of the whole year and our worst
Mm.
films of the year. And
Yeah.
do that like beginning of January. We could do that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Well, Mike, Rayshawn, plug your channels and what you all got coming up.
Uh, let me see. I think I got a few things coming up actually. Of course, top 100 films of all time. That's coming up.
Yes, I made my list because you told us that like
You
last year.
made,
I made the list
yep,
since then.
you
Yeah,
made your list.
my list
Okay.
is ready. Yep.
Yep. So I'm gonna do my list. My list is gonna be. I'm gonna do my list pretty soon too. That's coming up very soon. Once Upon a Time in America, I have not forgotten about that one. I've been so busy. Like I need to sit down, like watch movies and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's coming. I am gonna do an album review actually.
Oh wow, album review.
A
Okay.
couple of them actually.
make sure you
Wow.
take notes on that film
Yes, yes, yeah.
because
Oh, Once
that's
Upon a Time in America. Yeah.
yeah. Make sure you take notes on that.
Oh,
Extensive notes.
I gotta take plenty. Yeah, because that's a almost 4 hour film. Yeah,
What?
4 hours.
Wow.
That's coming up. Let me see. I'm doing a Stephanie Mills album.
Nice.
That came out in 1987.
Okay.
I forget the name of the album is, so I am gonna do that. Um, just basically some like out and about Best Buy, like my
Oh,
usual shorts and all that stuff. So yeah, be on the lookout for those. And yeah, that's all I have for right now.
Rayshawn, what you got coming up?
Um, for me, from my channel, I'm going to review my very first horrorcore album by
Oh,
Esham. Well, two
oh, nice.
horrorcore albums by Esham.
Okay.
Close Cast, no, not Close Cast. Kill the Fetus and Dead Flowers.
Nice.
Yeah,
That
for
Flowers is good. That
October.
was my favorite one.
Yeah, for October.
Nice. Okay.
And so far, that's what I have. That's what I got for my upcoming reviews. But for right now, I'm gonna listen to some more music in my spare time, and I'll probably like do some reviews on those.
Dogmouse asked us, well, what films are you looking forward to seeing?
Mm.
I don't know what's coming out other than the Nun. I mean, not the Nun. Too. Exorcist, uh, Believer, the first in the trilogy, and we got Rebel Moon. That's the next Zack Snyder film coming to Netflix in December. Um, you said you mentioned the other one. Was it Killer Moon or something like that?
Yeah, Killers of Flower Moon or
Right.
something.
I remember seeing a trailer for that earlier this summer. That looks good. They got Dune 2. I don't know if Dune 2 got delayed though. That's
Might
supposed to be coming out.
yeah.
I don't know what else is dropping for before the end of the year. So I really couldn't tell you other than those films.
I still want to see Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, yeah, that's another one I haven't seen. Also, I want to see that because that got some good reviews too.
Yeah.
It made more money than the Flash.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We might be here at the end of the year talking about the very same films because a lot of them got delayed because of the strike. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been binge watching a lot of like TV shows though. A lot of like um, The Walking Dead got their spinoffs now. They got one for Daryl that just started.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
They got one for Maggie and Negan. That came out a couple of months ago. They got one for Michonne and Rick that's coming.
Yeah.
So I've been binge watching a lot of. I think the shows are better than the movies this year. Actually,
Wow.
I've been binge watching a lot of shows. You know what I'm saying? So, we got Power, the new Power season 2 with Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
That just started. I'm watching The Shy, the new season for that, and
Mm.
you know, yeah, man. I watched Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. That's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good show.
I
I know
heard
they're
that was
coming
good.
back for a season 2 whenever the strike is over.
Yeah.
Yellowstone is coming back. I think in November. They're supposed to be coming back.
Oh wow.
That's gonna be the last season with Kevin
Kevin
what's his name?
Costner.
Kevin Costner, yeah, because he's leaving the show. You know what I'm saying? I think Matthew McConaughey is coming on to replacing him or something like that.
He'll be perfect for it.
Yeah, supposedly he's like replacing him. So that's gonna be starting soon. The
What
new season, huh?
I was gonna say, one of my favorite Kevin Costner films, I think is
Yeah.
highly underrated. No Way Out.
Oh yeah, No Way Out was good.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I liked Revenge. You ever saw that one?
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't like it?
No. I'm like, what? What am I
Yeah.
watching?
That was like a revenge film. It was called Revenge, and it was like a get back type of film.
Yeah, what was it? Well, who else was in it? Anthony Quinn and
Yeah, he played the villain, and you had Madeline Stowe.
she was horrible.
Yeah, I think he was sleeping with Madeline Stowe, but
Oh.
Madeline Stowe was like married to Anthony Quinn or something like that.
I liked Madeline Stowe. I loved her in Stakeout.
Yeah, she was gonna stick out.
She was good in
That was
that.
good.
That's one I'm waiting on a 4K or Blu-ray release.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been binge watching a lot of different shows, and just trying to catch up on some shows that I've stopped watching, like Snowfall. I'm still on Snowfall season 3, so I need to catch up with that. I know that ended, so I think with this strike, it's gonna make people go back and binge watch stuff that they forgot about or they haven't seen yet. So
Right.
that's perfect. I'm like, yeah, y'all want to strike all through the winter. Let me catch up on a lot of these shows that I ain't finished watching yet. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
this was great. This was a great live stream. Thank you, Rayshawn, for coming through. You're always welcome.
Speaking of shows, speaking of TV shows, December Animaniacs and Tiny Toons is going to be covered for December.
Are you doing that?
Yeah, for December.
You're doing
Ooh.
the new ones, right? Not the old school one.
Well, the old school Tiny Toon
Old school one? Okay.
Animaniacs, not the old,
Ooh.
not the reboots, not the reboot where Butcher and Baz are now siblings, or
Wow.
not that. I'm talking about the classic Animaniacs and Tiny Toons,
Yeah. Yeah,
not the
those are great.
reboots.
Those are great. Definitely grew up on
Yeah,
those. Yeah, man. Thanks.
Ooh.
Thanks. Reg and Dartmouth, everybody that came through. Mike, as always.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, we definitely got to do this again. I wanted to do something different. You know, I love movies, and I want to talk about movies and TV shows and stuff. So,
Yeah. If I do a top 100 movies of all time, if I do it like within the next week,
yeah,
I would definitely let you guys know. You
yeah.
guys are more than welcome.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Ray
for sure. My
Sean,
my list is
definitely.
done. I'm ready. So if you do it tomorrow, I'll be ready. So
Yeah, Rayshawn, you more than welcome to come on to Reg. He's more than welcome, and Eric, they are
yeah,
welcome to come on there.
yeah. I didn't see Eric here. Shout out to Eric also.
Yeah, Eric, yes, yeah. So
Mm,
yeah, definitely, yeah. If I get my list done, it might be next week. It
okay,
might be this. It might be this time next week. You
cool,
know that, you know, during the weekend.
cool. That's cool.
So, yep.
All right, man. Definitely, definitely. Thanks, y'all. We out. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know what was your favorite summer films or worst summer films. All right, we'll be back next week. Peace.
Peace.
peace.